So,
but laughs on us because here it is 1995 and he's signing checks for $10 million.
Yeah, he's laughing at us. So I saw a little of Barbara Walters, and then they had, like, I don't know, Liam Neeson or something, and I just fast-forwarded through all that.
Yeah, other people nobody cared about.
Yeah, I should have been interviewed over Liam Neeson. I'm more interesting than he is. I'm more of a show business phenomenon than Liam Neeson. Then,
Schindler.
Yeah, Barbara Walters once wrote me a note. Like she was trying to schmooze me a little. Like I thought maybe she was going to ask to interview me.
Yeah, I thought something was coming after that.
Yeah, and then she just never did anything about it.
She dumped you.
Yeah, I guess I'm not important enough. I haven't been deemed important enough.
No.
Once she approves of me, then I'll be able to quit show business. Because she's so friggin' important. Because she's such a nobody. So anyway, so I tuned in the Academy Awards, and the best part of it is when they got the celebrities walking in and they show what they're wearing. But that's way too short. I like to just see...
You'd like to see more of that?
Yeah, like Sylvester Stallone walked in with his new girlfriend, looked real good.
Another thing they do, though, inside, is they don't show the girlfriend when they put the camera on them in the audience.
I know, I don't understand that. I would like to see that change in future Academy Award telecasts.
Who they're with.
Yeah, I'm making a move to see that change. If I ever get to host, I'm going to make sure all of the spouses are shown.
Yeah.
And the dates. And then they did a production number that was really bad that I fast-forwarded through.
I didn't see the production number.
Yeah, it was real bad. It was that guy from...
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
And Kathy...
Kathy who?
Najimy. She was in Sister Act.
Kathy Najimy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fat woman?
Yeah.
Fat woman.
Oh.
Yeah, they did a production number that really sucked. Then some old dude came out, some old director...
Arthur Hill, wasn't it?
Arthur Hiller, because he's over the Hiller.
Did his Forrest Gump impression.
Yeah, he came out and he started screaming about the National Endowment for the Arts. So within the first 5 minutes, you saw a bad production number. Then you saw some idiot sitting and telling you about politics. I could care less about the National Endowment for the Arts. I wish they'd do away with all of that. I don't think anybody should have to pay for arts. I think that's just a privilege, and you pay. And the only way it really becomes art is if someone pays for it. If someone pees into a jar and sticks a crucifix in there.
Hey, it ain't art till somebody buys it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not art. Just that someone pay for it besides the taxpayer. So I'm not a big fan of this National Endowment for the Arts. I never saw a dime one from it.
It didn't support you in your development of your art.
Yeah, I remember I was a disc jockey. Nobody supplemented my income.
There's no grant for you.
Yeah, let the market dictate what is art. You know, like a lot of people hear Jackie's record and go, I wouldn't pay for that. And then there were people who would. That's right.
To them it's art.
That's art then.
Maybe it's a coaster, I don't know.
Whatever it is, at least you're getting a use out of it. But, you know, my point is that I don't want to hear some old bag tell me about how important the National Endowment for the Arts are when they're not, because they never helped me.
Well, they're important to those guys because obviously they get money from it.
Yeah, guys who, you know, can't get directing jobs get some funds from the government and they get to direct junk.
Yeah, you know, for a while when they aren't able to make millions of dollars for studios, they get to practice with our money.
Right.
But they never give it back.
Yeah, it's not like they pay you back like we get an investment.
Yeah. They go off to make millions and live in mansions and never look back.
Yeah. And sometimes they give the money to that girl who puts potatoes in her buttocks. The yams.
Karen
Finley. She puts potatoes in her buttocks. And they paid her for that from the National Endowment for the Arts.
But that's art.
And, I mean, she should have to pay back that money.
Look, I don't know how you get that on a wall.
They should make it like a college loan, you know, give us some interest. I don't mind. Hey, you believe in that? Okay, we'll loan you some money, but you pay us back.
Yeah.
And how much money do you need to supplement putting potatoes in your butt? She put potatoes in her butt.
Let's have another one of those productions.
Yeah.
Where's the overhead?
Yeah. The potatoes? She's already got the butt. Yeah.
Grease, man.
I never got that. I never got paying her a dime for that.
I saw her once.
Yeah.
She didn't do the yams thing, and everyone was really bummed out.
Yeah.
But she does stuff that's just so much more disgusting and just not even entertaining or art or anything.
Yeah, I had one of those girls on one of my TV shows. Her act is she invites the audience to come up. She gets into a gynecological table, and she lets you examine her uvula.
Her uvula?
No.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The uvula's in your throat.
Yeah, you can see right up to her uvula. I know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
But you get to inspect her vagina, right?
Yes, you put a speculum in and you could look.
Yeah.
But that's art.
And I saw it. I inspected her vagina. And it was disgusting. This is the highlight. She goes, so this is what you wanted.
That was her best 2 minutes.
And she was hostile. That's always what's hysterical. Because I understand this Karen Finley, when she's shoving the yams, she's hostile.
Yeah, she's angry. Well, you'd be hostile if they say you had to make a living.
She's really not very pretty, Karen Finley. And she opens up her shirt, and, you know, she exposes herself. And she exposes herself while she's screaming about how she was raped and all this stuff.
Yeah, she wishes.
Oh, please. Nobody wishes for rape, Howard. Don't be ridiculous.
When you look like that, you do.
Oh,
Wish for it. It's mercy. Yeah. She's raping herself with a yam. So then some guy comes out and starts screaming about the National Endowment for the Arts. Then Letterman came out.
You know what? There was so much. I was in another room. I never watch television in the same room that it's on.
Yeah.
I was in another room, and I thought
you're afraid of radiation, right?
I thought the Academy Awards were supposed to be hosted by David Letterman, and I kept hearing all these other voices.
Yeah, well, it's a big build-up to Letterman, and then Letterman came out and, of course, couldn't live up to the big build-up of him being the host. I mean, he was good. He was as good. He was better than any Billy Crystal, I'll tell you that.
I thought he was fine.
Yeah, I thought he was real good. But, you know, they built him up that he was going to come out and be so funny. Yeah. What's he going to do?
Oprah?
Oh, you like that? I hated that.
No, I thought that was stupid.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
But it was better than Billy Crystal.
Yeah. I didn't want any singing of the Oscar songs and him dancing and doing all that stuff.
And anything's better than Whoopi Goldberg, because she's never funny. Unless they put her in a movie. And even then it's iffy. So that was that. Letterman came out, did a monologue, and then they gave out some awards. And I really didn't get that far into the tape. The only award I saw was this...
your favorite actress, didn't you?
Yeah, Best Supporting Actress, Diane Wiest, who I hate. No, and now she's heavy.
Oh. Yeah, she looked...
What happened to her?
10 times bigger than the last movie we saw her in.
Yeah, I can't stand
it. Well, they showed a clip of the movie she was in, and then this stranger walked up to accept the award.
Big fatso. And, of course, she thanked Woody Allen, and then the whole place went nuts, and everyone started applauding Woody Allen. And, of course, to applaud Woody Allen is to applaud someone who stole Mia Farrow's daughter away from her.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that he gets... I thought they'd start booing when she mentioned him. But no, in Hollywood, they're screaming for the National Endowment for the Arts because they're so friggin' liberal. And then they're in favor of a guy who steals somebody's kid away from him.
Yeah, nobody was applauding for Roman Polanski.
Yeah, well, they would, though.
They would.
They would if you mentioned his name.
They're just waiting for a period of grace so they can get him back into the country.
Yeah, as long as they think they can work. Why are you in here? You're annoying me.
I'm sorry.
All right. Baba Booey's big smile, little wet lips. Oh, man, get out. I'm turning around, looking at that face. And I'm getting sick. I'm not feeling well. You look at Baba Booey's face, you want to vomit.
Baba Flunky.
But Woody Allen, they're screaming, they're applauding in there. O.J. Simpson, they gave a Lifetime Achievement Award.
He's a humanitarian.
Yeah, they don't know who to applaud. They'll applaud anybody. Because, you know, people like Susan Sarandon, who was so worried about every friggin' hippie cause, and Tim Robbins.
Yeah, animals get better treatment.
Yeah. They're worried about animals getting rods up their butts.
Oh.
I'm worried about Woody Allen taking Mia Farrow's kids and dating them.
You're worried about Suni.
Yeah. I mean, I can't applaud Woody Allen. I would have been boo, boo. But they won't let me in the audience.
Do you know who was?
I saw some people. I mean, I don't know everyone.
Joey and Mary Jo.
No.
Butafuko were there.
Was that right?
Yes.
When did they show that?
I see it in the paper today.
No, they weren't there.
Yes, they were.
Really?
Yes.
They didn't show them on camera.
No, I didn't see the whole thing, but Joey and Mary Jo were there.
No, they only show Joey, not Mary Jo.
Yeah, you don't know who he's with.
He's the hero.
Oh, that's wrong.
Oh. I didn't know he was there.
What does that mean?
Oh.
Are you sure he was there? What page is that?
Wait a minute.
I think you read it wrong.
Yeah, check.
What newspaper?
Give me the post.
They watched
it was
it on
in
TV.
USA Today.
Oh.
You see that? I think they watched the Oscars.
Yeah.
They watched the
Wouldn't have been there.
No, I saw their picture in there, too. Joey does a model walk-on. Joey made a surprise visit to visit the Ford Models Bash at the Chateau Marmont.
Yeah, that's one of the parties. He just drove up and got his picture taken and drove away.
Oh, yeah, one of the hundreds of celebrities here for the Oscars. The most surprising is Joey Butafuko.
Yeah.
How do you like that? I didn't know he was going.
He gets into places we can't.
Word was he and long-suffering wife Mary Jo had tickets for good seats at the Shrine Auditorium last night. And after the telecast, they head over to the Bellage Hotel for the first annual Oscar party to benefit the National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependency.
Oh, boy.
The Bellage Bash, where no alcohol was served, was also expecting visits from Alec Baldwin, Brett Butler, Michael Douglas, John Larroquette, and David Letterman. Wow. Joey partying with some important people.
Yeah.
So then I watched that. And who else won an Academy Award? Did Edward Wood win one?
Yes, Martin Landau won for Best Supporting Actor.
He deserved it. He's great.
And they yanked him off the stage.
Did they?
Yeah, he had one of those episodes where he kept saying, "Don't play the music, because, I'm going to get up here and talk." And they started playing the music. He was like, no, and they moved, the camera shifted, and you saw another actor walking on. You have no idea what they did to get Martin Landau off stage.
See, that's very wrong. I mean, this is a night where this guy wins an award.
His whole life.
He's waiting for this stupid award. He finally wins an award, and they throw him off the stage.
And you didn't see who he was with.
Beautiful woman.
Young.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good.
He gets hot
He
women.
almost knocked his hairpiece off when she...
I know. Did she kiss him?
Oh, she was all over him.
He almost didn't get up to go get the award.
I think he took up all of his speech time making out in the audience.
Wow.
He was horny.
I can't get up to get my award, man. This
tonight.
This young broad's all over
I
him.
thought it was his daughter.
He used to be married to Barbara Bain.
I know.
She was pretty hot, and then when she hit the change of life, he dumped her.
Yeah, this one looks like Barbara Bain before the change.
Right. And then who else I see on that Academy Award?
Tom Hanks won for the second time in a row.
Did he cry?
Oh, yes.
He did?
We will have it.
Oh, he cried.
Yeah, he got very teary.
What's the matter with him?
Because of the ensemble of actors. It's my wife.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I'd be crying over that wife. She got a good body, that wife.
Yeah.
Rita Wilson.
Yeah. I'm surprised he married her, though. He could have done a little better.
And then Jessica Lange won for Blue Sky.
She didn't deserve it. Evidently, this is a movie that no one even saw, or they couldn't even release till 2 years after they made it. It was so bad, but they didn't want to give it to
I was
Jodie.
the one person who saw it.
They didn't want to give it to Jodie Foster because she got too many, they decided.
Well, she didn't deserve it for now.
Yeah, but who else? Who else was up for an award there? Who? It was Nell, Jodie Foster, Susan Sarandon.
Oh, yeah, Susan.
Who really, aside from her breasts, there's nothing there. She was pretty good in that movie, but it wasn't that good a movie.
Uma
Thurman.
Uma was for Best Supporting.
Yeah. What was Oprah doing there?
She was there to present Q.
Oh,
with
did
his
you hear the
honorary award.
Who's Q?
Quincy Jones got the Hirschhold or Hirschhorn Award.
Yeah.
Who's ever
really?
award gets?
That's her buddy, Quincy Jones.
It was a different Oprah, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
What do you mean
I
different?
it was the she was just very
eloquent Oprah.
Yes, queenly.
Queen Oprah.
None of the girlfriend.
My friend and the maestro known as Q.
You really should pull that. You wouldn't even recognize it.
Absolutely.
I have to hear that. She got all full of herself, huh?
Every word.
Fancy.
Everything was enunciated.
Yeah, Q.
Properly.
Well, that's because she can't read. Whenever she has to read on that show, on that Oprah show, they give her some stuff off the teleprompter. She fumbles through it. So I think she was being extra careful. And then Best Picture, I guess, was Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump.
And then the only thing that Pulp Fiction won was Best Screenwriting.
Yeah.
But it was interesting that every time they announced the names of the people in Pulp Fiction, there was this huge cheer in the audience, but they don't get any awards.
Right. Well, like 3 months ago, John Travolta was a hump. All of a sudden, now he's like the greatest actor in the world. Yeah. 3 months ago, he was doing dog movies where, instead of him acting, they'd have a dog and just use his voice.
He was going straight to video.
Yeah. So, he didn't deserve no award. Gump, he makes a good movie every year. Tom Hanks. That's the way they look at it over there. Over there. You know who deserved an award was Bruce Willis. He was terrific in that movie.
Yes, he was, but he wasn't even nominated.
No. But 3 months ago, Travolta was a movie usher. He wasn't even a movie star.
He was a member of the audience.
Yeah. So he should just be happy to be there. He doesn't deserve to win anything. He was good, though, man. But he doesn't deserve to win anything. And what other award was there? I got to take a break anyway. Let me take a break.
Yeah, Quentin. No, not Zemeckis won for Best Director for Forrest Gump.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good movie. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
I heard you. I was reading an article. A lot of radio program directors are complaining that they switch formats to, like, new rock. You know, like Green Day and 9 Inch Nails and Pearl Jam. And they're calling it New Age or something. I don't know what they're calling it. But now they're complaining because they said no good music is coming out.
Right, as soon as the music... when the music was out, there was no radio station that would play them, and now that they're switching formats, there's no good music.
Yeah, so they're blaming the bands, and they said, you guys better come up with some good music, or else we're going to switch again. That's pretty funny. Sharon Stone didn't look so good at that Academy Awards. I saw a picture of her. She kind of looked kind of weird.
It looked like they didn't comb out her hair.
Yeah, she looked like Sharon Stoned. Her eyes are all bug-eyed.
Grumpy, school teacherish or something.
Robin said Patty Smyth, our friend from the show, didn't look good, which makes me glad. She said she was wearing a little slip of a dress, which her body looked good, but her face looked real bad, which is
she
good.
She looked tired.
Good.
She looks scared.
Because I could have gone out with her, and my wife doesn't let me date, which I'm going to start dating anyway. I've decided.
Well, how are you going to do that?
I'll do it behind her back. She'll never know. Don't tell.
What, at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah,
You're gonna be
I'm going to be going on dates. I'm available for dates from noon to 2. And so evidently, Patty had asked me out when we were in Los Angeles. I kind of date.
Yeah, you think. I don't know if it was.
Well, there was a lot of guys around who knew.
We'd have to agree with you.
Yeah, and she gave me her phone number and stuff, and of course I couldn't go out with her, and it really tore me up that weekend, and it was a tough weekend for me. But now she's going out with John McEnroe, and evidently he's using her up real bad.
He must be a vampire or something.
He's draining the look out of her face.
She didn't look pixie-ish. You know how she looks cute and pixie.
Good. Glad to hear it. I hope he ruins her.
In the evening dress, she was
tired. You know. I hope he ruins her. If she was with me, I wouldn't keep her up all night.
Yeah, she could hardly belt out that song. I thought she wasn't going to make it through.
She's still cute. Don't get me.
Is she?
Oh, yeah.
Because Rob said she was real cute, but Robin said I was glad to hear what Robin said, that she wasn't cute.
Now, I never said she wasn't cute. I said she didn't look good last night.
Right, which means she wasn't cute last night.
I was looking forward to seeing her in this big event, and I was a little disappointed.
Good. I'm glad. I'm not going out with her. San Diego, you're on the air.
Hey, let me turn my radio down, okay?
I'm still not 100%.
Ah, it's too bad. How you doing this morning, man?
Everybody keeps asking me. Alison Steele came in. She goes, "Are you feeling all right now?" I said, "Listen, Alison, I don't want to keep giving medical reports."
Yeah, no more updates.
Yeah, look.
But did you ever have a real sharp pain in the back of your throat when you swallowed?
No, okay. I don't have that yet. I'm getting that, though. By the end of the show, I should have that. I don't know. I've been getting a lot of sleep and everything, but I feel out of sorts. I feel nauseous.
Again, nauseous?
Yeah, I'm just out of it. I really don't want to work anymore.
You think that's what your body's telling you?
Yeah, I think I need a change of life. I need to go on vacation with a young girl for about a month and a half, and I think I'd be a little better. Some 19-year-olds. Man, I could use that. Some young broads. I've been married for 20 years.
That's why Martin Landau has all that energy. So.
Yeah, I would live forever if I had a couple of dates. I feel so out of sorts. I just want to get back into some sorts.
Some sorts.
Some kind of sorts.
Some shorts.
Because I'm out of sorts. I want to get back into sorts. What, out of sorts? I don't know. I don't even care.
You just know you got to get back into it.
I just know I'm not in it. I just feel gross. Like I don't even want to talk. I have no more verbal drive when I'm sick.
Did you talk at home when you were laying there
No.
for a week? You didn't even want to talk then?
No, who am I going to talk to?
Usually after a week of sitting and not saying anything, you're bursting at the seams.
No, my wife would come up and want to talk to me. I could get out. I don't even want to hear you. If she would come in, I'd get nauseous.
You're the reason I can't date.
Yeah, get out. You're the reason I'm miserable. Get the hell out of the room. No, she's fine. She just didn't let me date.
You ain't the only one.
Yeah, your wife too, huh?
No kidding, man.
Yeah.
What is it with them?
I don't get it. We didn't,
neither,
I didn't know I couldn't date for the rest of my life. Yeah, I mean, I like girls.
It's a bitch, ain't it?
Yeah, I was never the type who was into one girl for that long. In fact, most girls I was with for one night.
Well, wait a minute. That wasn't your choice at the time.
All right, well, but that's what I'm used to. I'm used to getting them once and begging them.
You got used to that, huh?
And then they leave. And then you go on to the next one. And you beg her. I read this great article about Andre Agassi, the tennis guy, when I was sick.
Uh-huh. Why are you mispronouncing his name lately?
Agassi.
Yeah, okay.
Andre Agassi. It's really Agassi. I don't think I'm mispronouncing it.
No, that's right.
No, but you're saying Andre.
Andre Agassi.
Andrea
Agassi. So funny, he's the tennis guy, you know, the guy who just went bald all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And his father, man, is really a screwed up dude. I started talking about this on the air about a week ago, but I never really got into it. It's from Sports Illustrated. So Andre Agassi's dad comes over from like Iran or something. He's like a Iranian.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he was like into boxing and tennis. But he sucked at tennis, and he was an okay boxer. So he comes over and he moves to Las Vegas, and he becomes like a casino host, whatever that is. I don't even think that's like a dealer.
No, that's not. That's some guy who greets you at the door, I think.
Right.
Hi, how you doing for $30,000 a year?
Yeah, not a real high achiever, you know, like most dads who badger their kids to death. They want something better for their kids, so they're going to yell at them. Of course, they achieve nothing in their lives.
Yeah, it's your job to now hold up the family name.
Yeah, the Agassi name, which up until now, the biggest thing in the Agassi family has been hosting at casinos. And the mother evidently was something called gee, without going through this, but she had some sort of nitwit job, you know what I mean? Like, she was no great shakes either. She wasn't tearing the world on fire, you know? So, this guy decides, with his 4 kids, he's going to mold them and make them great tennis players.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the ball.
Yeah, hit the ball. Hit the ball.
Follow through on the serve.
Yeah. Yeah, so here he is. He's a host. Mike finds jobs at Bally's and MGM Grand, where he still works as a casino host. Betty was employed by the state of Nevada as an alien certification specialist. She was a state worker.
Yep, you're an alien.
Yep, you're an alien, I can tell. They should give that job to me. I can pick them out right on the street.
You're doing it for free.
I do it every day.
Probably finding aliens in the desert.
Yeah. She's searching out aliens. A casino host might be even bellboy. I don't even know what a casino host is. So
he stands there.
Yeah, he stands there.
That's it.
That's a guy who. So I guess he's so bored out of his mind that he decides to experiment on his 4 kids. So the first kid he gets a hold of is his daughter, right? Rita
Agassi.
Rita Agassi. And he decides he's going to make her a great tennis champion. So he starts experimenting on her because she's the oldest. And
how old is she when the experiment starts?
They start like when they're 6. I don't know. Like he gets them real young, and he starts yelling at them because what he decides is he makes them hit. Now imagine, you know how early you have to go to school?
Sure.
He gets a hold of his kid. He makes the kid, before school, hit tennis balls for an hour. That's just to warm up. And then when you get done, with school, you have 3 hours more of hitting a tennis ball. So you should hit an average...
Whether you want to or not.
Yeah, you should hit an average of 7,000 to 8,000 balls a week. This is a little kid.
That's amazing.
I will make a superhuman race of tennis players.
Right, yeah. Some Iranian, you know. I will make you. So listen to this. So then he takes Rita, his daughter, and he figures out that in order to make her a champion, the only way to do this is to make her hate losing so bad that she'll have to win. So every time she loses, like, even misses the ball, he just yells at her. All right, he just starts screaming. So she's so crazy now that she doesn't want to lose because she doesn't want her father yelling at her. This is her dad. All right, this is the Iranian. You know, I'm going to make you a success.
Father of the year.
Yeah. I will train you young, and you will be angry until the day you die.
You will hate to lose.
Yeah. So he would just obliterate them if they just screwed up. They called them lacerating harangues.
Ooh. Like a plaintive whale.
Right. If you did anything less than reaching tournament level or a tournament final, that was unacceptable. If you lost, you got yelled at. If you won, he would even yell at you.
Oh, man. Well, where's the win? Where's
it's like living with the press.
And one time, Rita, like as a kid, said, shut up to him because she couldn't take it, and he whacked her. All right? So, but Mike's game plan was in life that if the kids hated losing at tennis enough, you wouldn't lose. But they found...
if he's yelling even when they win...
Yeah, so wait a second.
When is the good time?
Who knows? There is no good time. His strategy backfires with the oldest daughter, so he's putting in all this time with the oldest daughter.
Right.
And one day she comes off the court after losing a match in a national tournament, and she started vomiting blood. So by the time she's 13 years old, she has a bleeding ulcer. And she's throwing up blood after tournaments.
Just a minute.
Why am I laughing?
So is that funny? I think it's funny. So that
I'm so sick.
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
So she's not even talking to her dad at this point.
Yeah. Can you blame her?
No.
What does she do, though? Not tennis.
What does she do? Okay, so if you have an overbearing father who you can't stand, what do you look for in life? You look for a father image, right?
Right.
She marries Pablo Gonzalez, who's some famous tennis player who's 32 years older than her. She married a father image.
Wow.
Had a kid with him.
He's a great tennis player.
Had a kid with Pancho somebody or other.
Pancho Gonzalez? It sounds like a bandit.
Yeah, Pancho Gonzalez. Tennis Hall of Famer. He's 32 years her senior. They have a child and then they divorce. And Rita, what does she do now? She teaches tennis.
And vomit.
Yeah, she teaches them to vomit every game.
Then, so then you got like another brother who did, I don't know, he screwed up. And then you got, maybe that's the brother that actually gets to now tote all of Andre's stuff around.
Yeah, he's the bearer boy for Andre.
Yeah, Philip.
The caddy.
Yeah, they literally say he's the caddy. And he won't even comment on his father other than say that, hey, look, I had some bad times there, but, I've become good friends with my dad. So he's dealing with dad. And Andre evidently was the most willing subject, but he was so determined to make Andre, since he screwed up with the other two, he was going to make Andre.
He got one more chance, right?
He put him in the high chair with a ping pong paddle and had him swing at tennis balls.
In the high chair?
In the high chair.
Oh. Poor kid.
He hung a mobile with tennis balls over the crib. As soon as Andre could grab a spoon, they took the spoon out of his hand and got a ping pong paddle and strung up a balloon for him to swing at. Then when you put kids in a walker?
Right.
When Andre was in a walker, Mike put a full-size racket in his hand. And Betty Agassi was in charge of removing all of the objects from the house so that Andre wouldn't whack them. Because he used to break, like, glass doors and salt shakers and stuff.
But was he screaming or had he mellowed or something?
Oh, no, he was into it, the kid.
No, I meant the father.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, he was yelling and screaming at everybody.
Or had he mellowed by that time?
But it worked, because by the time he was 3, he could rally with his father, and, he could do anything. He was playing Bobby Riggs at 3 years old, courtside at the Tropicana Hotel.
A child tennis prodigy.
Right.
The Mozart of tennis.
And then, as if the father wasn't bad enough, when Andre was 13, the father sends him off to Nick Bollettieri, that madman. You know, that everyone says is like just as crazy as anyone.
Yeah, he's got a pretty abrasive personality, too.
Yeah, he's another guy who's, you know, really into, like, competing.
And over the edge,
Yeah.
From Stalin to Hitler.
Yeah.
God.
And this guy, Bollettieri's such a dick that when Andre goes through a point in his life, like in 1992, or I don't know, maybe it was 1993, he was suffering painful scar tissue or something, and he couldn't play.
Yeah, I remember him not feeling all that well, yeah.
And he gained 8 pounds, and he fell out of the top 20. He gets a letter from Bollettieri, who had been like another parent to Andre, and he just severed all their ties. He just said, look, I don't want to know you anymore.
Ooh.
That's what it says in this magazine.
It's a bunch of dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's surrounded.
But now, you know, so that's why it's cool that he's on top now. I'm sure he doesn't even talk to Bollettieri.
It's funny because after, you know, you mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, and I saw Andre at the mic after he lost to Pete Sampras. They were having some kind of, like, world championship of tennis or something.
Yeah.
And he lost. And I guess the series has a number of games in it, and he walked up to the mic and he said, don't worry, Dad, I'll kick his ass next week.
Yeah, Dad, don't worry. I might be vomiting blood this week, but I'll kick his ass next week.
It's like, gee, you came, you know, you did all right.
Screw Dad, I'd be pleasing Brooke.
Yeah, you know, but you can bitch all you want. At least Dad, like, made him into this success where he gets Brooke Shields.
And he's got endorsement deals up the wazoo.
Yeah, you got
I'll tell you his deal. He's got a 5-year, $100 million deal. So it's $20 million a year.
Yeah, you know, yell at me, Dad.
Yeah.
God.
I wish my dad had pushed me into something.
And Brooke Shields is the perfect woman for him because now she's, you know, basically kicked her mom out.
Yeah, well, she's went through the same crap. Her mom was like some abusive, you know, yelling at her all the time.
You know, one of those stage moms.
Yeah.
Brooke was working at 8 months.
Another excited mother who wanted her daughter to be famous.
Yeah.
Meal ticket.
Yeah, I guess she wasn't abusive in the traditional sense, but any stage
Just
mom to me.
controlling.
Yeah, any stage mom to me is controlling and abusive. That's the saddest thing you'll ever see is these stage moms or these tennis dads who are all, like, they've done nothing. They're all losers. But they're going to force their kids to be winners if it kills them. Because I've seen some of these kids, like, going to auditions and stuff.
Oh.
These kids all look like they're going to vomit blood.
Miserable bunch of kids.
Yeah.
They're like 10 going on 35.
The parents are lecturing them. We need this. Come on, this is a big one. And, you know, we got to get paid.
But that's a 4-year-old they're talking.
Yeah. The finances of the family resting on a kid's shoulder. More pressure than Little League.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought Little League was a drain.
You know, because they're running lines with the 4-year-old. No, you have to say it this way.
Yeah.
Little League parents ain't no treat either.
They should line up all those parents at these auditions and just shoot them. I don't know what pleasure they get out of seeing their kids do this stuff, but it's really bizarre.
Well, what cracks you up is then when the kid turns about 13 or 14, he divorces the parent.
Yeah, emancipates himself, which basically Andre did.
Right.
Getting 2 keys 7 nights a week.
Yeah. Wish I was good at something. Hey, anyway, thanks for the call.
Hey, listen. I just want to tell you something about Jackie, man.
Okay.
I want to talk about Jackie real quick, all right? You guys played Best of last week, where Jackie quit the show, right?
Right.
You think that was a wake-up call for Jackie?
What do you mean?
I mean, you really wouldn't use... I mean, he's a good writer and all, but would you really use the word indispensable in describing him?
Well, listen, every guy in the show is important to me, but I'm not going through any more of that with Jackie. I decided it. I
don't know. Every year you sort of say this. I don't know if you're serious this time.
Watch me.
If it's true, I want to be the first to welcome Jackie back to the line.
By the way, I'm the first one to stick up for anybody on the show who wants more money because I believe that we should all get as much as we can. But I just don't want to get. Yeah, I don't think there should be a salary cap. But you know, I'm all for. And I back Jackie up to a point, but I can't get caught up in it.
It's not your job to go and negotiate for him, which you do every year.
And I don't think there's any pleasing Jackie. So.
And he never appreciates it.
Right. So I don't want to be around it. So I'm just saying, you know, give it your best shot and then get out. Thanks.
Thanks, dude.
All right, man. I don't want to be there for that unpleasant tree. I mean, we'll just have to find a way to do the show without Jackie. It'll be hard, but we'll find a way.
We'll suffer through.
I'll find a way.
I'll write my letter tonight.
Yeah, really. Well, I'm up anyway in November. Who knows what's going to happen in November? I might end up pulling a Jackie. I might end up being the difficult one. They might sign Jackie and I'll leave.
Jackie will have a contract and
Yeah.
she'll be gone.
I'll negotiate for you. How does this work?
Well, that's all right. I'll pass on that.
Yeah, really, Jackie.
I want to leave on good terms.
Jackie burns bridges before he's crossed them.
Yeah, I have everyone in management coming to me and going, how do you work with him? I go, what do you mean? They go, not that, you know, we understand a negotiation, but he's repulsive. And I go, really? I go, I don't see that. I mean, he's an okay guy. They go, no, he's just repulsive.
I wonder what he says in these movies.
I don't know. But they get completely fed up, and they go, look, that's all we're paying. And then I got to step in.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it anymore. I'm tired of it.
Not only, it's not even that that's all we're paying. It's like, I don't want Jackie working here.
Yeah. They say to me, we don't really care if Jackie works here. We don't want him here. We don't like him.
Well, then why am I here?
Because of me.
All right.
But I can't do it anymore. I don't have the constitution to start fighting your battles.
Maybe that's why you got sick.
No, that's not why I'm sick. I had it with you. I gave up on you. I'm feeding you to the wolves this year.
Good.
But you might be in luck, because I might be fed to the wolves.
Go hand in hand.
Right.
Might be wolf season.
Right. But I don't want to sit there. I don't care really about the money, Howard.
How does it work? Because he goes into negotiation. You don't have anything to do with it.
I don't even know he's in negotiation. I don't find out.
Do you get a call, or does he call you, or does somebody else call you?
It depends on the year. I mean, some years Tom has called me first, or Jackie calls me first. Either one.
So why don't we just do the whole thing on the air?
And what does Jackie say when he calls?
Well, I didn't want to make this call. The last thing you need to be bothered with is me. But I do feel we're the Beatles of Comedy. I just want to let you know. Can I come over and talk to you about this?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
he wants to come over?
Yeah, he comes over. So then he comes over, and he drives up in his brand new Volvo. You know, whatever it is, whatever new car he has.
His Volvo station wagon.
Yeah, he's always got something new that's at least over $40,000.
What he needs a station wagon for? I guess Jokeland has to be carted
You are so full of it. I can't believe
So he
there's
comes in,
disease in there.
comes in with his new car and his new everything.
Yes.
Yeah. And his new car phone.
You know, his Sony state-of-the-art huge TV screen.
Yeah. Which when we met him, he had nothing. What?
Robin wants to know why Jackie needs a station wagon. You've never seen Jackie leaving for a gig on a Friday afternoon?
Packed up.
Those LL bean bags, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They're filled with all the T-shirts and sweatshirts, and they're marked on the handle. It's marked small, medium, large, extra large, double XL, and then there's 12 different colors.
Like an anal retentive got a hold of his luggage.
There's tapes, there's CDs. I mean, he brings his own microphone stand. It's coming out of the video.
Hey, look, you know, when I go to do a show, and I've done 2 hours on stage, I don't want to be leafing through my bags looking for smalls or mediums. I got to know right then and there when I'm selling this stuff.
You think the station
right now?
You think the station wagon's too big? It's like it's spilling out.
Yeah, it's a comedy train coming through.
Can't deny any of this.
Yeah. If I have each bag marked, then when people just hand me a 20 and they go small, I can just reach into the bag.
Every time I go into a comedy club, it's like setting up a store.
Well, the key is you've only got a certain amount of time after the show.
Right.
People aren't going to just hang around.
Right.
So if you don't get...
No, I have a theory that people get hypnotized for about 10 minutes after the show, and they get into this frenzy, and they go, oh, I got to have a cup, and I got to have a T-shirt.
You got to strike while the iron's hot.
And then they get home the next day, they wake up, and they see all this junk they just spent all this money for, and like it's laying there, and they go, well, what am I going to do with this?
What the hell? It's got writing all over it.
I mean, this is not a shirt I'm going to be seen
I
with.
already left town.
Right, Jackie's already out.
He's got the money.
The money's spent.
I got T-shirts, mugs.
In fact,
you see, the reason I never sold T-shirts and mugs is because I was afraid of that point when people came to their senses, they'd be mad at me and lynch me.
And there it is, a constant reminder.
Yeah, that you ripped them off.
you know what else is a cool thing? I don't know if Jackie still does this, but Jackie used to play places that were so bad that he actually used to bring a mixing board and his own microphones and his own mic stands.
What do you mean he used to play places that were so bad? So,
Be careful.
and then he comes over the house and it's like, you know, I didn't want to say this, but, you know, they're not listening to me, and, you know, I really tried to make some sense out of all this, and, you know, I don't, you know, they look at me like when I first came here, and they won't give me more, and even though I'm not heard on the air that much, I make an important contribution. And Fred, you know, I'm not trying to compare myself to Fred. Hey, I don't care what Fred gets or Robin gets. It's what I want. And I don't even care about the money. Because you know me. I was a hippie when you met me, and I'm still a hippie. Me and Nancy are like hippies. And we don't even care about the money, but, you know, it's the recognition. And, you know...
What the hell are you talking?
Oh, this doesn't sound familiar to you at all?
No, none of this is familiar. I'm making this all up.
What is wrong with him?
I don't know.
What is wrong with
And, you know, maybe I'll, you know, listen. When I just got into comedy like 3 years ago. Everyone thinks I've been doing it my whole life. I was in a band for like 10 years. So I just got into comedy. I'm already doing great. You know, because everyone I know busts my balls and says I'm not doing great. But hey, I'm doing pretty damn good. And I don't know. I could leave here, fall flat on my ass. I don't know, but I'm a hippie. And if I fall flat on my ass, fine. But if I don't, hey, maybe I'll write a screenplay. I go, what screenplay have you written so far? Who has time?
Yeah, who's stopping him from writing now?
I don't know. Somebody.
You know whether your screenplay will get picked up before you leave.
Here's an answer for that.
Oh, yeah?
Well, you know how tired we are when we get out here. And then we go out and do gigs. Who has time to write a screenplay? I go, well, what screenplay are you thinking of writing? I'm not. I'm just saying. If I had some time, I could think about one. How do you know you can write one? I don't. I'm not saying I can. Or maybe I'll just punch up screenplay. I said, well, who's going to have you do that? Have you really thought this through? Hey, no. I just know what I want.
Yeah, have you got some offers, some nibbles?
No. Then he goes through this thing where it gets really bad. Then I go, well, you know, I'll go talk to everyone for you, Jackie. Hey, do what you want.
Oh.
You know, he's angry.
And then what happened?
And then, of course, I have to come through.
Yeah.
Finagle some money.
Everything.
Yeah, I fix everything, and then I'm just tired of it. I mean, I'm just saying, hey, let them go negotiate with this station. If it doesn't work out, then that's it. Party's over. The Beatles of Comedy are gone.
Every time it's like,
I appreciate your
looks like Jackie's out of here.
Appreciate your gifts.
Not a gift. It's just that you're the only one that we have to go through this with, so I don't want to deal with it.
Looks like he's out of here this time, boy. He's got everybody really upset.
Yeah, and then everyone in management comes to me and then says, you know, why do we have to put up with this crap? I go, well, hey, come on, the guy's real good. He's a team player. I think he should get some more money. Yeah, we offered him more money, but now he wants even more money. It gets real embarrassing, and I'm negotiating for him, and I just go, you know what? And then I got to smooth everything over. They go, I don't care. We don't want him here. I go, well, what do you mean you don't want him here? He's obnoxious. I go, well, that's his fault because he doesn't have anyone negotiating for him.
And he's never really worked, so he doesn't know.
Oh, no, they all say to me, he has somebody negotiating for him. You sucker. I go, okay, I hear you. I go, he's not such a bad guy once you get to know him. And
after you smooth everything over and fix everything, and then he gets what he wants, I suppose, what happens?
No, he never gets what he wants. He always comes back, he's a little whipped,
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, he got everything he wanted.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, man. Well, I guess it worked out. It's like, yeah, of course it worked out.
What, did you think it happens by magic?
Yeah.
And he never says, oh, thank you. Or...
Nope, never.
Nope. He just goes, hey, I'm glad it worked out. Hey, I deserved it.
Get my check, spit on it.
Yeah, right.
In the bank.
And I'm always the one saying to him, Jackie, think about the money you're making. Think about all the clubs and everything. I said, you're going to toss all that away to go back. I don't care. It's not about the money.
If I never go out there, I'll never know.
Yeah.
That's the one line I always play.
Yeah, the guy's, meanwhile, he's 50 years old. I don't see anybody knocking on his door. And then every time when he's quitting, he always sends out letters to, like he'd send out letters to Kinnison and Dice and all the comics that we work with.
That he's available?
That he's available for writing, and he never gets one letter back. I'm not supposed to know about the letters, but all the comics call me and read me the letters, and we start goofing. They go, hey, Jackie. They go, hey, Jackie just sent me some kind of letter. I go, what kind of letter? He's available to work. I go, to do what? I don't know. I don't want him. And Dice, I don't know, sends them to me, and we start goofing on the letters. Well, as you know, I have been an employee of the Howard Stern radio show for many years. It has now become known in the industry that I am available for writing. jokes. If you would like to contact the services of Jackie the Joke Man Martling, please call my representative Nancy Sirianni Martling, where work and payment can be arranged. Thank you, Jackie Martling. President, off our rockers. There's like a whole... And then he sends out the letters, and of course it's always embarrassing when, like Kinnison would call me and dies. And, George Goebel. Oh, anybody. Anybody you can write to. I am now available for writing. So I see these letters. I go, well, if you're available for writing, why don't you write for me? I'm paying more than you'd ask for from these guys. No, not you. I stand on principle. Kook.
It's amazing.
I'd rather do $5 a joke from Joan Rivers. Then he starts writing for Joan Rivers. She's paying him $5 a joke. And he's happy.
How many jokes would he have to write to make up for the lifestyle he'd lose?
1 million.
If he left here.
1 million jokes.
And
I swear to God, up to about 15 minutes ago, I was really hoping your book would do well. Now I'm going to enjoy watching it sink into the sea.
Yeah. Because if you're unhappy, I'm happy. So it's a whole thing.
Build a house with those.
And I don't want to deal with it.
If it'll make you happy, I'll resign for next year, starting right now.
Thank you.
Why is he's always resigned?
Yeah. He's always to me.
You're saying, I have fought for you.
Eat my shorts. It's
always to me.
I just can't do it anymore.
It's an attack, and I'm belligerent.
Yeah, you're belligerent.
And then he goes, then I'll say to you, all right, I'll quit right now.
You want my resignation?
I'll save you the problem.
And he's always ready to give in his resignation.
Oh, I banned him from using this newsroom typewriter. He always used to sit back there typing up resignation letters. Jackie, get out.
The guy's got a computer, but he's got to type here his resignation letter.
He can't leave without resigning.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
He's got to resign today.
And the letter's always embarrassing. I always felt, for our purposes, that we were number one, and that I would share in the profits of being number one.
Yeah, you would think that.
I deserve more money every day.
You would think that.
Yeah. You would
Show me your bottom line.
Yeah. I want you to open your books to me. Infinity. Yeah, that'll happen sometime soon.
He's like a jilted spouse.
I know. Oh. I just don't want to hear about it. Just go in and deal with them. If it can't be reached, leave. And just don't even tell me. Just
don't
go.
Call Howard.
Don't call. Just
type up
go.
a letter.
Go. Thank you. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. Don't even give me a rap about how you're a hippie. I don't want to hear it because I don't believe you're a hippie.
Don't say any long goodbyes.
Yeah.
Because I remember one year he stopped by and had an individual conversation with everybody about breaking up the Beatles.
Yeah. Robin. In all seriousness,
now
we are the Beatles.
Now I'm starting to realize how you could believe that book that you wrote is true.
I know, it's like breaking up
I know
the
this
Beatles.
is like reality to you.
And maybe, you could get somebody else, but who knows if the chemistry will be the same,
Yeah, well, I'll take a chance. I'm ready to take a chance.
Okay.
How about, I don't get anybody. I'll just rely on my own chemistry.
All right.
See if I can make something out of this.
Not everybody can just fit in there.
I'm not sure he fits it. I'm still not sure.
Yeah.
I fit in. That's realistic. 500 years I've been here. I proved myself.
We got a good rhythm down, never know.
I'm not saying it can't be. I'm irreplaceable, but you don't ever know.
I could go away and, have really big success.
Yeah, that's his other threat. I'm not saying the show's holding me back, but, I went into comedy 3 years ago. Now look at me. And who's to say I'll leave here and I won't become like a huge success? And if I don't, well...
Then again, I can fall on my ass.
Right. Look out. But I believe in my talents. Oh, okay. So we all know the speech. We don't have to hear it this year.
You got to be out of your mind to stand up for yourself around here. Out of your mind.
What are you talking about?
You heard me.
All right, let's take a break. Let Jackie mull it over. And we'll be back.
Wait. But now, who was it yesterday that said that was great when you were breaking my balls about the contract and you should do another 20 minutes on it today? Was it Ronnie or was it Don?
Nobody.
Or was it
I went to bed at 5 o'clock. I didn't get to speak to anyone about the show.
Just wondering.
That caller just called in because he wanted to talk about you quitting all the time.
Every once in a while, Jackie, I get inspiration on my own.
Okay.
Every once in a while it happens.
Just making sure.
All right.
Well, just to be pissed at you and Robin or Ronnie too?
No. Just be pissed at me and Robin.
Okay.
All right.
And even if somebody else had anything to do it, we'll take the blame.
That's right. All right, let's take a break, and when we get back... I gotta
be here when we get back?
That's up to you. I don't know what your contract
You
was.
walked off before. We never know if you're coming
We'll
in.
talk during...
We're never sure.
Remember that time Jackie
Shut up! We're going to commercial.
And then showed up again?
Yeah, I know.
We thought he was gone.
And then he was back.
And then he just walked in and sat down and started writing like nothing had happened.
I know. He didn't even say he was back.
No, he just came in and started working.
Yeah, and he was angry. Well, I guess it worked out.
We just replayed that one where Jackie quit for the first time.
Right.
It was like 3, but we replayed it while you were out last week. And his letter is really funny. You know, we're number one for our purposes.
Yeah, that's always a good letter. It's a great bit. That's a great bit. All right, we got to take a break. And when we come back, you want to talk about ball busting. Gary played a practical joke on Stuttering John.
Really?
Yeah, and taped it. So I can play that for you. And Stuttering John was at some Oscar party last night, so he's got a bunch. How's that stuff? Good?
Great.
Right.
It's one question, everybody, but great.
Okay, we'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Stay right there. 97.1 The Eagle.
718 at The Eagle. This is Brad Baxter.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show.
Yeah.
Once again, Howard Stern.
Jackie the Joke Man Marlowe to order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette. It's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy 2, get 1 free. Call 1-800-323-KING. This Friday, March 31st, 2 big shows at Slapsticks in Baltimore, Maryland. For jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. And tonight on the E! Show, Stuttering John and the Lawrence Taylor press conference, the wrestling press conference. By the way, Lawrence Taylor, LT, is stopping by this morning for a few minutes with Bam Bam Bigalow.
Uh-oh. We didn't get into this wrestling stuff.
Yeah, but it's LT. It's funny. It's Lawrence Taylor from the New York Giants.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I saw a picture of the two of them in one of those typical wrestling stare-down poses in the newspaper.
Yeah, well, LT wanted to come in. And I said, yeah, sure.
Why do we have to have Bam Bam with us?
That was my idea. They said, well, LT wants to come in. I go, yeah. And they go, and by the way, he's really mad at this Bam Bam Bigalow.
The publicist tells you, these guys really hate each other.
Yeah, so I said...
So we can't possibly have them in the studio together.
No, so I said, dudes, that's pretty funny. I said, I know LT doesn't hate Bam Bam Bigalow, and I don't even know that LT knows who Bam Bam Bigelow is. Why would he be mad at him? I said, why don't you have them come in and be mad at each other? That'll be funny. I'd like to see them.
So we're going to watch these two guys spit at each other for play.
Yeah. And then I'll tell them, to mellow out.
And then they'll mellow out.
Yeah. So instead of us fighting with Jackie for a few minutes, we'll take a break and watch LT and Bam Bam Bigalow argue.
At least their fights are real.
Yeah. Yeah. Next pay-per-view, I might wrestle Jackie.
I want you to paint your face.
I'd fight like a retard.
I got a lot of faxes about Jackie. He says, please elaborate, Howard. You keep saying that the show is holding Jackie back. Holding him back from what? Poverty? Why don't you just admit, Jackie, that if it wasn't for Howard, you'd be in some sleazy comedy club with one toilet and no lock for the stall door? Okay. Now you have enough fame and money to buy a jetty. Be happy, you hippie. Be happy, you hippie. There you go. Here, you saved that. You can stare at that.
Yeah, that's good advice, Jackie. I want you to read that every day.
Thank you.
Don't say I wrote it.
Be happy, you hippie.
Gary was handing me the New York ratings.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he made a good point. What was your point?
I was looking at our New York ratings. We're number one. We're head of the all news station and everything. And people always say, Howard and Imus. We double his ratings.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even close to us.
Why is it that people still mention his name?
If we beat him by one full share, we have more than 800,000 people than he does. We beat him by double.
Yeah. In other words, half of our audience could disappear and we'd still beat him.
Yeah.
And it does annoy me that everything I read is Howard and Imus, Howard and I. I don't know why. 10 years ago, it might have been Howard and Imus. I don't even know what they're talking about.
I don't think it was ever Howard and Imus.
You can make a better argument for me and,
Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, Pumpkinhead. Or me and John Gambling or somebody. He's at least number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, Imus, I think, is tied for, 11th.
Yeah, he's tied for 11th. He's not even in the top 10. But that's David Hinckley. For some reason, he's got a hard-on for Imus. And he has to keep writing about Imus and how great Imus is. And meanwhile, nobody listens. He's so great. Why doesn't somebody listen to that old fart?
You know how it is. Only the really smart people get Imus.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. Imus says that only really wealthy people listen to him. We have a bunch of dodo heads.
That's right. We have the welfare rejects.
Yeah. How Imus would know this, I don't know. As if Imus is intelligent. Stupid urine face. Hog. Ugly dog. Fooled himself with that pretty wife of his. Thinks he's good looking now. Big full hips like a woman, big alligator skin, and face like a woman.
We call that thing that a turkey has on its neck.
Yeah. That woman's got to sit there and sleep with him just because he's got a couple of bucks in the bank.
I keep thinking they ought to do Throw Mama from the Train, too. And
all the stupid advertisers evidently pay a lot of money because they read all the articles that say that he's up there with us, so they might as well buy his show. He has no ratings. 0. Any advertiser who pays 10 cents for a spot there is a fool. They should all get together and go, wait a second, he's got no ratings. David Hinckley keeps writing about him. Because David Hinckley must be in love with him.
The disco station crushes him.
I know, everybody crushes him. There's nobody listening to that. It's a bore fest. I go off the air, the people still listen to me. But that's no competition. He's nothing. He's a piece of dirt. Before I play this Stuttering John tape for you, there's a couple of funny things I have to mention here. It seems that, as you know, the great governor of New Jersey, Christy Todd Whitman, to add a little levity into our otherwise boring lives, had issued a plaque to me naming a bathroom rest stop after me. It was a little tiny plaque that they were going to hang on a bathroom rest stop in New Jersey. So it caused a big uproar because people have nothing to do in their lives because every problem in New Jersey has been solved. So it caused a big uproar. So some jackasses, some state senators started screaming, they don't like the plaque.
It's time to start nitpicking because everything's so wonderful.
Yeah.
Howard, I was just going through a bunch of articles about this. National Organization for Women, Veterans Associations, local politicians, and then people in general. Everyone was against it. So
I'll tell you the truth. I even called up Christy Todd Whitman off the air. I didn't speak to her. I spoke to her people, and I just said, listen, if this is causing a problem, just forget about it. Don't even hang up the stupid plaque. I could care less. I don't want to do anything to ruin the governorship that I fought hard to make sure she won. I'm more interested in having a good governor.
And possibly having her be vice president or someday president.
Yeah, that interests me more, because you got somebody good in government, and they're looking to bring her down over a plaque, because they got nothing to bring her down over. She's doing too good a job. So if I am the cause of any problem, don't give me any friggin' plaque. In fact, I don't want the plaque.
Ignore me.
Ignore me. But you know what happened? With all the uproar and everything, everyone forgot about it. And Mrs. Whitman had him hang the stupid plaque at the toilet. And you should see the toilet. It's literally a portisan.
The way you're describing it, I'm saying to myself, is it literally on the building?
Yeah.
Where the bathroom is?
Facing the woods. It's not even on its own separate stand. It's a plaque facing the woods. You couldn't even see it. So they hung it up less than a week ago, and already someone stole it.
How could they even find it?
Somebody found it. They unscrewed it from the wall, and now it's gone. And Mrs. Whitman says she will not replace it because she needs that.
Enough already.
Yeah, right.
She did it once.
She did it. It's gone. Someone now owns it.
It's in somebody's house.
It's in someone's house.
They probably put it on their bathroom door.
Yeah. And I thought the plaque was going to, I would have had it bolted in and everything. I mean,
I thought they were going to sink it in cement.
That's what I thought. But evidently it was not sunk. It was screwed into the wall on a portisan.
I hate to be devious, but do you think they did it themselves?
Yeah, well, I think Mrs. Whitman has it. If she's smart, she has it. So the plaque is gone. No, I know it went up.
Yeah, it did go up.
I saw reports that it went up, and I didn't even say anything. At this point, I didn't want to say anything that the plaque was up. Eventually, I would have gotten around to saying something, but now it's gone. It came across the AP wire yesterday. It was all over the news. Here's a news report on it.
No, that's not it.
Shut the door.
Where is it? So it's not here? All right, well, I don't have it. I'll move on to the next thing.
Sounds like somebody going into your bathroom.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting. They say that if you want to do something about it, you can.
Oh, if I want to do something? I don't want to do anything. I could care less. What happened to Ganji with the report?
He gave it to Scott, but Scott was busy with a lot of things, and it got...
Oh, all right. Well, suffice to say it was a good report that you won't ever hear, because Scott's busy with a lot of things.
I call him Mr. Priority.
He knows how to read my mind. A plaque proclaiming a Howard Stern rest stop in Springfield Township. When does he think I'm going to do this stuff?
Next week.
Yeah, I don't know. I give it to him. I said, quick, I'm going to get this on the air. I don't know. I don't know where he is.
Come on.
Lazy, where are you? What do you mean?
No, first of all, we had Stuttering John's phony phone call, and then all Stuttering John's questions, and then we thought those were the most important things to get to this morning. Yeah. Because we knew you wanted to get to them.
See, I told you.
I asked
Don't you get in at 4 in the morning?
Yeah, I asked
So what happened? What do you do from 4 till 6?
I was editing the John tape.
How long does that take?
Ganji brought that into me, and I asked Gary, I said, which do you want? What should I do first? I asked.
What happens at 4 o'clock in the morning, though?
I came in and I edited the tape now.
Howard, can I just say something? I told him, I said, the most important thing is to get this phony phone call, phony thing with John done first. Then he did John's questions.
How long does it take to do John's phony phone call?
It took a while. We edited it down a lot because there's a lot of junk going on. Are you still editing John's questions? Is that what's going on? Or you're done with those?
I was just working on Robin's...
Well, that's not until later. Why didn't you work on the plaque?
I did say it was priority. I didn't say don't get to it today.
Who cares? It's okay. Believe me, Scott. What can you do?
I can have it in 2 minutes for you.
That's all right. That's all right.
And the time it takes to light half a cigarette.
Don't worry about it. I'll read the AP thing. A plaque proclaiming a Howard Stern rest stop in Springfield Township has been stolen after less than a week. And a spokeswoman says Governor Whitman does not intend to replace it. The black and silver sign disappeared sometime over the weekend.
I would have liked to have seen it.
From its inconspicuous spot on the Interstate 295 restroom in Burlington County.
They almost put it under the rest stop.
Whitman said the plaque was not a major policy statement. It was installed without fanfare last Tuesday. Whitman was vacationing in Florida.
Oh, she even left.
Smart woman. Well, she's a woman of her word, and I admire her, and I think she's doing a great job. And I think it's a lot of Democrats, if you noticed, who came out against it because they got to find something to attack this woman with, and they can't find a lousy thing to attack her on. She's doing too good a job. So like anybody who does a good job in public service, they try to ruin her.
So let me ask you something. You don't care enough about your plaque to buy another one?
No. If I buy another one, I'm going to hang it in my house. No, I refuse to buy my own plaque. Sorry.
But they did it once. You'd just be replacing it. It's like maintenance on your star out in Hollywood.
I don't care. There wasn't a lot of planning that went into that plaque. I think they're happy to have it stolen.
Like I said, they say it's some 20-year-old in a late model Ford.
What? Stole it?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I saw another report.
They have somebody who saw it?
They say they saw some 3 20-year-old guys.
You're kidding.
No.
You have a lead? White or black?
Let me see. 3 men in their 20s made off with the plaque at about 10:30 Saturday. They know everything but where it's hanging now.
Isn't that a federal offense? No, I'm being serious. I mean, you can't just steal public property.
Facing a rest stop?
Yeah. If anybody has any information leading to the return of my plaque...
Listen to this. Why don't they publish their names? It happened on Saturday night. They got away in a 2-door compact car with tinted windows after they used some tools to pry it off the wall. So it sounds like somebody watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't... Hey, come on. I'd like my plaque back. Oh, that sucks. You mean they know who did it, huh?
They're conducting an investigation. They said, we'll round up the usual suspects, and that's every Howard Stern fan from Philadelphia to Los Angeles.
Oh, very funny. So why doesn't anybody treat that as a real crime? I mean, if they know who did it, why don't they go get my plaque?
It sounds like they know an awful lot about this.
What paper is that?
Well, this was from the Star-Ledger, and then I have another one here. Where's this from?
Well, if they know who did it,
Philadelphia Inquirer.
Why don't they just arrest these perpetrators?
Witnesses told police the plaque was taken Saturday night by 3 men in their 20s who sped off in an older model black Ford Escort with tinted windows. They got out of the car, pried it off the wall, removed it, and headed off down the interstate.
If there's any leads, please call us. We would like to report these criminals. No, these hoodlums. What's the difference between this and cutting the wires through our broadcast?
Absolutely nothing. It's defacing public property.
Oh, I didn't know they had eyewitness.
I'm telling you, they probably got addresses.
Wow. Well, let's have their names. Come on.
Howard Stern finally got his name posted at a rest stop in New Jersey last week, but it didn't last long. A plaque declaring a Howard Stern rest stop was stolen over the weekend from a restroom on Interstate 295 in Springfield Township.
And you have to see the accompanying picture. It's like a porta-sand, like a plastic porta-sand with like some bolts into the side.
Christine Todd Whitman kept a campaign promise when she had the plaque installed. Her office says she has no plans to replace it.
No plans to replace it. I think they should have to keep replacing it.
State will go bankrupt. The Republican Party will be drained of all its money.
So here's even a better story than my plaque being stolen. Well, I got to take a break. I got to take a break. I'll be right back with this. You got to hear this.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show.
Thanks.
Howard Stern.
I can't wait to play you this Stuttering John tape where Gary goofs on Stuttering John and fires him.
Ooh, I'd like to hear it.
And we have a hidden camera and hidden microphone. And John practically was crying.
Oh, I want to hear this.
It's really good. And then Stuttering John was over at the Oscar party last night and interviewed, among other people, Regis Philbin. Regis Philbin's executive producer.
Who's that?
Michael Gelman.
Gelman. I
didn't know who that was, but Gary says he's a big deal.
Well, yeah, they talk about him on the show.
Yeah, I never saw that. And some other people, too, like Mike Wallace.
His third interview with Walter Cronkite.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Third time.
He and Walter always hit it off.
Supermodel Elle Macpherson.
John gets to meet Elle and you don't?
That's right. He went out there. All right, so we'll have all that for you, but I just got to read this to you. You know, yesterday, I had no idea. I was reading this on the air. I got an invite to go to Al's Diamond Cabaret to see LaToya Jackson.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't know what she was doing. I wasn't sure she was dancing or...
Well, Al's Diamond Cabaret is this place like... I know Gary's worked there like 3 times. Did you work there, Jackie?
No, but I think... Is that the one that's behind the Zodiac place? Is that
No, that's a different one.
That's a different one. That's Frank's Chicken House, I think.
No, that's Irv's BYOB.
Is it?
Kind of the same thing,
but
though,
they're
right?
almost the same. They're similar clubs.
What they are is they're like barely clubs. They're just like
it's
rooms.
Like a barn with a stage and you bring in booze.
Yeah, and the girls get completely naked. They can take off their G-strings and everything as long as you bring your own beer or your own wine.
How close are you to the women?
You're pretty close because I've been to Frank's Chicken House when Amy Lynn was there.
And is that a bring your own booze place too?
Yeah.
Was Frank's Chicken House?
Yeah, I thought it was. I remember guys coming in with coolers.
And that had to be it. There's a long runway at Al's, and then the bar, you know, so the bartender is between the runway and the bar, and that's how far back you are. But you're still pretty close.
Yeah. Well, Al's Diamond Cabaret, you go there, and girls it's like going to some guy's house, watching girls rip off all their clothes, and guys just come in with big, giant coolers.
Yeah, and sit there and crack open a cold one.
Yeah, but guys don't want to watch naked girls straight. You know, they got to
have a little. They've got to be lit.
They got to have a bottle.
So I saw guys, I swear, bring in a keg. They're having a keg party at the bar.
Right. They just bring it in and they drink it themselves.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
And they also sell nudie magazines there, too. So if it's in between girls, it doesn't
all the girls that perform are usually in magazines.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Playboy or Penthouse.
Yeah, it's like Beaver and Jugs.
Some magazines. And they come out between their sets and autograph photos or take Polaroids.
But what do you need a bar for when you don't serve alcohol?
That's where you prop up your keg.
No, they also
mixes.
They'll sell you the soda and the mixes and the ice.
You have to use your cooler for is your wine and your beer and your
hard
liquor.
Stuff. Right. Whatever you decide to bring. See, I always beat the odds when I go there. I always pack my cooler with ice. I don't have to buy ice and my own soft drink.
I have to tell you, it's one of the most fun places I've ever hung out. I love going to that place.
So anyway, we get this thing where you wonder what LaToya Jackson does. It said.
Well, we've always tried to figure out how she makes a living.
Yeah, it was this big fancy invitation that said, come see LaToya Jackson naked.
It did not say that.
Well, it said at Al's Diamond Cabaret.
Right, and I asked you if that meant naked.
Oh, I thought it did. We thought for sure you better show up there naked.
It's Al.
Everyone's always there. Even Malika Kinnison danced there naked.
So listen to this. It goes, LaToya Jackson's first ever erotic show abruptly ended in a near riot Monday night.
Oh, she must have been good.
In Al's Diamond Cabaret. Now, look at the front page of this newspaper. There's a bunch of, skinhead guys beating the crap out of each other. Look at them. Look at them. They look like skinhead. They're bald guys. They're just bald guys, I guess. So, I mean, they're bashing each other in the face.
And this is the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah. I guess. I don't think it was in the middle. It was Monday night.
Oh, it was Monday night. Okay.
At Al's Diamond Cabaret, with beer cans and bottles flying and 300 angered and disappointed patrons hooting and cursing, muscular bouncers hurdled the bar and plunged into the crowd after Jackson cut short her routine without disrobing, and several of the rowdiest customers were hustled outside.
Wait a minute, what do they mean without disrobing? How much did she have on that she didn't take off?
I don't know, but she didn't take her clothes off.
But I'm just wondering, did she go down to a bikini and they got mad, or did she keep everything on?
Well, let me read on. Let's see. City police dispersed a gathering of 30 to 40 upset showgoers who had gathered in the parking lot, and while no one was arrested, officers said one disorderly conduct citation was issued. Inside, patrons were chanting, "Refund, refund," and "Hell no, we won't go." But the volatile situation was diffused when the cabaret's regular dancers and strippers were sent back out onto the runway. Jackson's appearance drew a tremendous response, said cabaret owner Al Sokol, who started the evening hoping for his biggest week ever and ended the night hoping to salvage something out of the appearance.
Ooh.
In addition to fans who poured in throughout eastern and central Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and these are guys who not only pour in, but they're pouring in with kegs and,
But not only that, they came for naked.
Yeah.
women.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't go to Al's Diamond Cabaret to see somebody in their clothes.
These people who traveled far to see nudity also have had something to drink.
What could she make for that gig, I wonder?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, Al doesn't get any alcohol money.
But they charge a decent price at the door. It's like 20 or 25 to get in.
Let's say it's 25.
And you got 300 people.
Yeah. I mean...
How much is that?
Yeah, what is that? Maybe she takes pictures with the customers afterwards for 25 a pop.
I know he gets half of that.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
No.
When they take pictures and stuff.
In addition to fans who poured in throughout the eastern and central Pennsylvania and New Jersey areas, at least 25 national, regional, and local media representatives were on hand to witness what was billed as the start of a new career for the estranged sister of pop megastar Michael and Janet Jackson. But after Jackson left the stage in the middle of her act, her new career almost ended as quickly as it had begun. But after intense discussions, both she and her husband manager, Jack Gordon, said she would continue the act and fulfill her 6-day engagement in Reading. Gordon said the act would be modified in an attempt to mollify the fans, with Jackson herself spending more time on stage. However, both Gordon and his wife insisted she would not take her clothes off, which is what Monday night's fans eagerly expected for their $20 admission fee.
Did Al agree that she was going to come there and not get naked?
What did she do?
That's not clear. I don't know what she does.
Can I tell you what I think might have happened? I've seen, she does those videos where she hosts these strip shows, and the places that she goes are like everyone's in a tuxedo and stuff. These guys are like, they don't want a show. They're like, get naked and get naked now.
Some fans also paid $30 to pose for a photo with a clothed Jackson. During the second show Monday night, Jackson appeared for only 10 minutes, but there were no problems reported. We got to get her on the air.
I would really love to know what's going on. What do they mean clothed?
Jackson says it was all a misunderstanding. She says, I don't want people to think I'd ever take my clothes off. I would never do that, said Jackson, who posed topless in Playboy.
And don't forget the video.
Yeah. Gordon put a slightly different spin on it. When she strips, he said, she gets the big bucks. He claimed Playboy paid $500,000 for his wife's topless centerfold appearance. Well, it sounds like there was a big misunderstanding.
And still, it still continues. I don't know what's supposed to be going on there.
Sokol apologized for the misunderstanding, saying he had never advertised that Jackson would take her clothes off, that she would just provocatively be attired.
Oh. See, I told you when you read that invitation, it didn't say naked.
So embarrassing to have a penis, you know. It's like, look what guys go through just to see naked.
And rabid about it.
Yeah, I mean, beating each other up. And
throwing bottles. They're throwing away their booze.
What's funny in this picture is it's like guys are beating each other up.
They're not hitting her.
No, they're hitting each other.
Why are they fighting with each other?
They're beating each other in the face.
Go home and wreck their houses.
Go home and kill their wives.
Why not just hit yourself?
What is the guy who's hitting the other guy think LaToya didn't take off her clothes because of him?
I don't know, but guys are just beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah, I'd be pretty embarrassed, too, for you guys. But...
Well, here's a description of the show. Jackson's act from the beginning had cabaret patrons puzzled, and boos were heard long before the audience realized that the star intended to keep her clothes on. It opened with Jackson wielding a whip, driving two muscular young men in chains onto the runway on their hands and knees.
That's another thing drunk guys in a strip bar don't like.
Guys. Yeah.
You don't see guys.
And it mostly featured two buxom and totally nude blonde women with Jackson herself off stage. The act ended in confusion after Jackson came back on the runway, invited a man from the audience onto the stage to be stripped by her.
Oh, please.
Nobody wants to see that.
I don't want to see that.
I just paid $20 to see Hart get another guy naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not Betty's cabaret. That's Al.
The bouncers who do not know this and did not know that this was an intended part of the act rushed in to enforce the cabaret's normal rules against customers getting into the act.
If you try to get on that stage, I mean, there's guys all over there. They don't want guys getting on the stage, so they'll jump right on you.
To a chanting of curses, the bouncers pulled the shirtless man off the runway, made him sit down, and when they tried to substitute a staff member wearing a Berks County Sheriff's Office T-shirt, 300 men were hollering in unison, "Take it off, take it off." Jackson started saying, "You guys are pretty ugly. You've been great. Goodbye." And then she left the runway. That's her act.
Pretty ugly. Good night. So this is still going on out there. She had a 6-day engagement.
Yeah, it's still going on. Later she posed for pictures laughing and pretending to strangle Gordon. Her manager, husband.
Pretending.
That was not, that was real, pretty much.
Gordon said a lot of what was in the first show would be eliminated from subsequent shows.
Like all the guys.
Yeah. He also said that regardless of what has happened on opening night, it was a success. He didn't care. He says it's a success.
Everything's a success.
Right.
There's a spin.
People were killing each other in the bar, and it was a success.
That's excitement and enthusiasm, Howard.
Jack said, "I just beat the Academy Awards in the ratings," he said, referring to the media swarming to cover the controversy. And he claims that Demi Moore and LaToya will be working together because LaToya's up for a co-starring role in the movie The Stripper.
Okay, sure.
Well, there it is. So there was evidently a big fight out in Jersey last night over LaToya's new act.
You know what's funny to me? When you say Jack says it's a real success, he's always pulling victory right out of the mouth of the beast.
Yeah. All right, when we come back, I got to play the tape of Gary firing John yesterday. It's really funny. It's a very elaborate thing we set up with hidden cameras and hidden microphones. And then we'll take you over to this big Oscar party where Stuttering John was real annoying right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
You know who finally got a wish? This Jessica Lange. She always wanted to be ugly, and now she is. She always wanted, even when she was good looking and she was in King Kong, she said, "I don't want to be known as good looking. I want to be ugly. I want to be known as an actress."
I don't ever think she said I want to be ugly.
Yeah, she didn't want to be, thought of as a sex symbol. Well, now she's not. Now she looks like King Kong.
She was pretty sexy in Blue Sky.
Yeah, well, I didn't see it. Neither did anyone else.
She's playing that sort of sexy premenopausal woman.
Yeah. I forget. She was so long trying to look ugly that now she actually looks ugly. Now I can't remember when she was good looking. Same with Sharon Stone. She got a wish, too. A lot of them want to be considered actresses and not sex symbols.
They want to be serious.
So as soon as she gets famous for being a sex symbol, she decides to be ugly. Now she actually looks ugly. Now I never see her looking good.
But at least Jessica Lange can act.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've seen no evidence of that.
Aww.
I've never seen her in anything good.
Tootsie?
Yeah, anyone could have done that. Dustin Hoffman did all the acting. She just stood there and acted like a girl.
She won the Oscar.
No, that was stupid. She didn't deserve it for that. And the other guy, who thank God didn't win an award, was this Paul Newman. I saw this movie he was in. Robin gave me a copy of it. I couldn't get through 20 minutes. I had to keep fast forwarding.
You never finished it. You gave it back.
Yeah, I was in fact, where I gave it to you is where I was up to. And half of that I fast forwarded through. What a bore fest.
And the only thing that kept
karate, nothing.
And the only thing that kept you going was you knew that Melanie Griffith was naked. You kept trying to crawl to that part.
Yeah, well, I sat through until Melanie Griffith lifted up her shirt, and that was real good, because she's got those big breast implants.
Freeze frame it a few times?
Yeah, I went back like 3 times, watched that, and then, she never took her clothes off again.
Right, he kept saying, I'm hoping something happens between the two of them.
Yeah.
But why would you want to see Paul Newman all over?
Well, I'd like to see Melanie Griffith naked. I really dig her. She's really gotten herself together.
She looked great in that movie.
She's someone who actually took what was not that much and made it into something. You actually get excited when you see her naked. She's good. But this movie...
such a petty life, I just listen to you.
Hey, that's what I like. Nobody's fool. I was the fool for watching it. And let me get to Stuttering John, because before you know it, LT will be here.
Yeah, I really want to hear this. Are we talking about the practical joke?
Yeah. Stuttering John has played many practical jokes on Baba Booey.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, stealing of the Gary puppet.
Gary took the Gary puppet to an appearance. Lo and behold, Stuttering John stole it, and I had told Gary, don't you lose that puppet, because I love that puppet more than I love you.
Right, the puppet was pretty much new at the time, and
very popular.
You made it clear that you didn't want anything to happen to this puppet.
No, I didn't.
And now
John went and stole it, and Gary had a heart attack all weekend.
On top of that, ever since the puppet's been a has-been.
Right.
And then John had a stockbroker call and say that I lost all my money.
Right. Which was a real good one.
And then, I was feeling like, remember I called you on Sunday and said it's time to do this joke? I went back and took some old E-tapes out. I watched the Learning Annex. Remember where that thing? Now, John didn't think of that, but you were pretty much done with me when John came in to explain to you how boring I was.
Yeah.
Prolong it another 20 minutes. That sort of set me off.
Gary had a speaking appearance at the Learning Annex, and John went and, got people together to do goofy questions on Gary and stuff and ruin his appearance. So Gary said, I really want to get John. And Gary came to me. He says, I'm going to fire John because I know it's not funny. But I really want to fire him. I want to fire him and watch that bastard squirm. I said, all right, I'm in. What do I got to do? He says, you just get on the air and say you're mad at John, which I did. Effectively.
Yeah, because the second you said it, John was in a funk.
Right. So John was bumming out all the show yesterday after I said I was mad at him.
Right, yeah, because you put the final touches on it yesterday.
And John knows I actually am mad at him on some level.
Yeah.
Well, that's why
John's always conniving and scheming behind my back.
I'm not conniving, but that's why it was so effective, because I know that you've been upset with all this Howard Stern show crew and all.
So Gary hauls John in after the show. Gary has like a little 10-minute meeting with me to make like we had a discussion. And he calls John into the room.
Kathy calls me first and goes, Gary wants you to stay here before you leave because he needs to talk to you before you leave. So I'm like, oh, no.
You do something bad.
Yeah, I'm like,
but you didn't think you were going to get fired.
That's like the principal thing.
Well, I started getting a sweat. I'm sweating, I was freaking out.
But you didn't think you were going to be fired.
Well, yeah, I thought it was either that or, just another, another dose of, another way of being reprimanded.
Well, you also said something yesterday about cleaning house. Gary was going to do some house cleaning.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Yeah. So you fell for it too, Robin.
I didn't fall for anything.
Oh,
she was hoping it was real.
Real fire.
Yeah, great.
All right, so here we go. So here, Gary brings John into the room, and,
Now, this happened in the jock lounge because I kept seeing the door closed.
Yeah. We had a hidden camera in those big speakers that we keep on the floor.
Oh.
And the premise was that, John had some wacky book proposal going around in his name that had my name all over it. And I had caught wind of it, for real. And I got really pissed off about it. So Gary went in there to say, hey, it turns out that the book proposal showed its ugly head again somewhere. And basically Gary was sent in by me to be fired because I didn't want to fire him. I didn't want to fire John myself. It would be too painful, so Gary was going to do it.
Gary's your hatchet man.
Right.
And Gary played it really well, because he was almost looked like he was going to cry too.
All right, well, here we go. He was upset for you.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
And Gary had said to me, listen, after I fire him, let's not tell him for a couple of days. So I said, you want to know something? I think John would be so bummed out that he might kill himself.
Right, yeah.
I could have.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Responsible for a death. Couldn't let that happen.
I said, don't let him leave. I mean, fire him, leave the room, and then come back in and tell him, because he'll kill himself.
I would definitely have reached for that jar of Prozac.
Right. I didn't want to hear about the binge you went on for 3 days. And afterwards, Gary walked into the office proud as a peacock.
I
got him both. Oh, it worked so good.
I work so hard, and there's always a chance that something can go wrong. He can see the camera, someone could spill it. You try to tell as few people as possible.
All right, here we go.
Well, I know Gary's been working up to this for weeks.
I know, bothering me.
I thought of this.
Calling me every day.
I thought of this the Friday before we went on Christmas vacation.
And by the way, it's not even creative. It's like, hey, I'm going to take John in the room and fire him. I mean, and watch him get upset.
No,
it's not creative at all.
It's not creative, but the setup has to be done right, and I did have to run the cable through the ceiling so the camera worked.
Right.
The only thing is, like, who's next telling me I have cancer? It's the only thing that could be worse.
All right, well, we'll get to that. We got to figure out a funny way to do it.
Where does the cable have to be run?
Yeah. Up his butt. All right, here we go.
Shut the door. I'm wired, by the way.
Yeah. I know. Is that you whispering?
What's that all about? He's like De Niro.
Are you nervous or something?
Let me tell you something. This is so elaborate that I had Kathy come and put papers on every chair except for the one I wanted John to sit in.
Right.
Yeah, those boxes. No, that's why that
we
was.
put boxes on everything, so John could only sit in the one chair.
Right, because you had a camera.
We would get the best camera.
That was smart.
Well, sit down and I'll tell you.
What I do.
So.
What I do.
Guilty.
Guilty already.
So I guess, remember that whole thing that went on like at Christmas time?
You sound nervous yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
That's why. I'm like, oh,
But that's great, because Gary would have terrible time firing somebody.
I told him, I said...
Not really.
I don't know if we left it in at one point. I go, John, my heart's pounding. That's when I knew something was wrong.
You called me about the book.
Yeah.
Right? The whole book, and you said you weren't doing everything. My heart pounds. Somehow it ended up on Buckwald's desk. Right, this whole proposal. Right. And I sat down with Howard, and I told him that. You know what I'm saying? I said, I called you about this a couple of months ago, but Buckwald flipped over.
And Buckwald's my agent. Yeah. So, Gary blamed it that Buckwald was flipping out, which is good. So Buckwald's flipping out. Howard then learned of it. He's flipping out, and John's panicking.
And Gary's heart's pounding.
Yeah. And Gary sounds like the one being fired.
I know.
When did it end up on Buckwald's desk?
Sometime last week.
How could that be?
I have no idea. But Buckwald flipped over it, and Howard flipped over it.
Yeah, I have it on paper. I'm firing of that guy as soon as Christmas that thing happened.
I know.
He sounds like Cato Kalin.
Listen to him stutter.
Listen to him explaining himself.
At least I don't know how that.
I fired that guy.
I have it on paper.
No one even knows what he's talking about. You never know what John's talking about. You never know what he's talking about.
All non sequitur.
Right, and you had no idea what he was talking about.
I had a vague idea, but...
I got to hear that again.
I'm saying I fired the guy ever since that fiasco.
Yeah, well, that's not exactly clear. It's like... Hey, John, can you explain that to me?
I don't understand.
Listen to this.
How could that be?
Yeah, listen to this explanation again. But
I have no idea. But Buckwald flipped over it, and Howard flipped over it.
Yeah, I have it on paper. I'm firing of that guy as soon as Christmas that thing happened.
I know.
I fired on paper.
I fired.
She said he fired on paper.
He has keywords: fired, paper, Christmas.
I know.
And I just go, I know.
Yeah, I know.
No, you don't.
No one knows. You don't even know what he's saying.
Christmas happened.
Fire, Christmas, paper.
I don't get it.
Fire, Christmas happened. Soon as Christmas, that thing happened.
Fire.
That's what Cato does. You know what? That's Cato. Why do people want to slam this Cato's head into his screen? I'm watching TV, and I swear I've never watched. I'm telling you.
Did you watch it again?
I have no tune by it. And this Marsha Clark is angry.
Yeah.
And the woman comes on, the commentator. She says, "Why is Marsha Clark angry? Why is she spending all this time with Cato Kalin?" I go, "You don't know why? What are you, stupid?"
Van sister?
I don't know. One of them, or the Yenta from Fox. They're sitting there, and let her get on with it. It's like, what are you talking about? This guy is telling you in the one breath that, well, O.J. was a little upset.
And he's changing testimony.
Of course, he's obviously not being
forthcoming.
Like John.
That's a paper.
I mean, this is exactly what Cato Kalin says. I love the paper. The paper. I fired the paper. Well, I got to hear that again. This is too good.
Over it, and Howard flipped over it.
Yeah, I fired on paper. I'm firing of that guy as soon as Christmas that thing happened.
I know. And I know. I don't know if like Howard's trying to make an example or something, but I think that like he's just sort of like, he told me he's going to come in and talk to you, but basically he told me like he's going to let you go. Although he said he'd still use you for interviews and stuff from time to time, but I think that I couldn't really say anything because I feel like my ass is on the line. You know, I'm treading on dangerous water myself, and I couldn't really say anything because
I'm treading on dangerous water myself.
He's barely as coherent as I am.
I know. It's two incoherent guys with a job.
What is Gary talking about?
Gary has to fire you, but he's not clear why he's firing you, and you're not clear on what your answer is.
I think Howard's going to talk to you, and he's going to let you go, but he will use you on interviews occasionally.
But see, I knew that was a write-off. Like, right.
Yeah, that was just being nice.
Yeah. He'll never hear from you again.
Meanwhile, Gary's treading himself.
He's treading on thin water.
I'm treading, Wolf. I'm doing a dog paddle.
I'm skating on thin water.
Somehow that never sounds right when he uses those words.
He never gets them quite right.
He's always like, I'm treading on dangerous water.
But he's
always treading.
Isn't it treading on, what is it?
It's actually, you're skating on thin ice is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, and treading on what?
Where there's smoke, there's wall paint.
You're treading
on dangerous ground? Would that be it?
No. Treading on
thin water.
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Dangerous ground.
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
It
just always sounds wrong.
Gary always
I thought it was just treading water. You know, I'm treading water.
No. I don't know. I don't know what he's saying.
Well, hey, listen, I wouldn't attempt it if I didn't know.
As stupid as I am, your choice is bad.
Gary's treading. John's treading.
Fire Christmas paper.
Asked me about the T-shirt and about what went on in Dallas and what went on in Atlantic City and stuff. And he just said, "Listen, I think John's a great guy, but it's just too much." He goes, "It's just too much. He's out there." But you know what it is? I think it's not Logan. It's not the book. It's everything that led up to it, and this is just like tips it off. And you're right. You're absolutely right. It's not
just tips it off. Gary is full of non sequiturs.
I'm just trying to make.
What are you trying to say there?
That's a cliche.
Tipped it over the edge is what I meant to say.
Oh.
Just
tips it off.
I'm skating on thin ice, and this just tips it off.
But I think that
I think it's
last call.
We called him about that too.
But he was really unhappy about that the way that turned out. I just think that he feels like we're all like hanging on his name and stuff. I can't. I mean, I'm flipped out because you're like one of my best friends, and what can I say?
And I'm going to be sorry to see you go.
I said, hey, give him one more chance. And Howard's like, one more chance. He's like, listen, he goes, it's not only me.
You're a pussy. Why don't you just fire the guy?
Yeah, why do you think you're going to come talk?
Hey, let it
everything Howard.
Well, because I'm not firing him.
But if you ever have to fire him, you fire him.
I will fire him.
No, don't blame Howard. I want him.
Let me ask you something. Why is he saying Howard's going to talk to John?
It's all coming up, Rob. Why don't you listen to the end?
Come on, give the guy a break.
I just wanted to know.
Because we're listening. Because at one point...
It's part of his way of revealing.
No. And at one point, Robin, be quiet.
I'm talking to Howard.
But at one point, Howard was actually going to come and watch it on the monitor, and he thought he might come in.
Yeah, no, this was a setup.
All right.
And also it keeps John hanging around. We didn't want him leaving.
Don, they just feel like it's almost like as if you're dangerous, that you can't be controlled. They feel like everybody, me and you and Gorilla and everybody's out there doing stuff, and it's just bumming them out. And I know he said he would send you out on some interviews, possibly in the future. I think he's going to cool off about this. I don't know what will happen, but I know tonight he's not going to send you out on that thing. He's going to send Grillo. And he told me to get a hold of Vic.
Stuttering Vic.
Oh. That's the clincher.
I don't know what to say. What are you going to do?
No, man. 7 years I've been here.
His career. 7 years. 7 years.
7 years of my life.
Oh, man. 100%? Bought it 100%?
Yeah, he bought it 100%.
See, Grillo told me before I went in, Johnny, maybe it's an April Fool's joke, but I said, nah, Howard wouldn't say it on the air and all that. This is definitely not an April Fool's joke.
I try to do everything. You know what the problem is? I mean, I could smell it coming for one of us.
I could smell it.
I guess I mean,
it's always smelling stuff.
I smell it coming because it was tipping it off.
In the water.
The water was
when I was skating on thin ground.
On thin water.
It could have just as easily been me. Hold on a second. I know he wants to come down. I mean, he doesn't want this to be hard feelings, so he wants to come down, and he's going to come down and hang, you know, just like...
That's me faking that I'm dialing the phone to get him to come down.
Yeah, we're in the guest lounge. All right, cool. He's going to come down. He just wants to, like, you know how Howard is. He doesn't like confrontation, but I think he appreciates what you've done over the years.
Not really.
He wants to, I think he just wants to give you a good send off. Well, listen, if I were you, I'd be cool, and just shake his hand. It'd be cool because don't slam any doors. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna trash me in the air, and then
and at some point he's gonna have to. At some point he's gonna have to discuss it, but I don't think he'll hammer you. I mean, he'll just say, "Hey, you know what? We did our time together, and it just became a part." I mean, one thing Howard's really cool about, he wouldn't trash you because he knows that you're gonna try to go out there and make a living and stuff and do something.
I don't know.
Maybe you can hook up with Conan and get rid of that guy that's... All right. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
I'd rather not work.
So now I leave.
Yeah.
Right? And then I come back and I tell him that you don't want to talk to him.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm sorry, man. Don't hold this against me.
No.
So I walked out and then I come right back.
He's getting fired from a job he makes no money at.
And he's bummed.
Yeah.
So he was going to come down, but he's not going to come down. He said, but he's not mad,
I just don't have time to say goodbye.
I swear to God, I tried to do everything. I didn't want to do anything, at all.
Well, how are you? I mean, you're in pretty good shape, financially, right? I mean, I know you're in an apartment and stuff, but I mean, you're doing okay in the stock market and stuff.
Not really. After this fiasco, I don't even have. The only guy we have is Adam.
Right.
What do you say?
He said the only guy we have is Adam. We just had some trouble in the stock market. John and I this earlier.
This is all perfect. Everything's going on here.
John just took a hint, so that's not working out.
Even his stock market isn't working.
Yeah, and then I was with my brother all weekend. He was yelling at me for paying too much for an apartment. So it's like all just coming in my head, like, oh no.
Like, no, I really screwed up.
Right, but I mean,
the little money you had from this show is not even coming in.
And you still have the deal. You still have the other record deal, right? You got the publishing deal and stuff. You still got all that stuff.
That's done now. That's just give you one advance.
But I mean, you're going to do another record, right?
I don't know. Depends on what
And now he's not on the show.
But I'm telling him at least you got this, and he doesn't have any of it.
Yeah. So it turns out he has nothing.
But now, he's down to mumbling.
At this point, I'm in the fetal position.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I can't wait to watch this on the E! Show.
Because I started out sitting up, and I slowly, cowered.
I don't know, man. My clothes are rented, man. All of a sudden, the ugly truth comes out.
It's not my own teeth.
It's all a pyramid scheme. It's all crumbling.
I don't know, man.
It's just, I really I tried to do everything by the book. I went up to him, I talked to him, he told me don't do it. I called them, and they sent me some proposal. I told them, do I call him? I said, dude, you can't do. Sent them a letter firing. I still have I have a letter firing the guy.
You still have the letter?
Yeah, and I don't know how this could have happened. I don't know how that could have gone anywhere. I have a letter firing the guy, and then I called you that weekend. I told you what had happened.
Right, there was Christmas.
And I called Robin. Remember, she yelled at me.
She freaked out on you.
And then you talked to Howard, and then he said, "We'll talk." All right, and then.
What do you think Karen's going to say? She's going to be bummed out.
Goodbye. Goodbye. It's so long. I'm not your girlfriend anymore.
I go with the show.
Yeah.
Do a Grillo.
Yeah, I'm dating Grillo now.
I think your best bet is to sort of regroup, take it easy. I don't know what's going to go on in this, and I could tell you if I could give you 2 words of advice.
Uh-oh, here comes his reveal.
Here comes the soliloquy. 2 words.
He's gonna now show him the camera. Should have had him suffer more.
I know, but it was.
Yeah, he's not twisting enough.
He's twisting pretty good.
I can give you 2 words of advice. Don't brush, and then you get bad teeth, and someone else will hire you like they hire me.
So the camera's in the speaker, and I said, if I give you 2 words of advice, and I pull the speaker down so you can see the camera, and I say this.
I think the best 2 words I can give you is Gary Puppet.
Gary's so proud of that. He goes, Gary Puppet.
I know. It's like Mission Impossible.
Yeah, right. Like, hey, Gary Puppet, Wolf.
Puppet.
I have 2 words of advice. Gary Puppet.
I have 2 words of advice. You can smell it coming.
No, you're a dick. You're a dick because you got twice. And now you know what it feels like to be on that.
Hey,
Planet,
you know what?
We're done.
Great joke.
We're
Great joke. I mean, I'm not going to hate you for the rest of your life like you hate me.
Come on back here. Come on. I've been planning this since Christmas, and I wasn't even gonna do this to you. And then, after you stole the puppet, I was thinking of a way to get back. I wasn't even going to do this to you, and then you did the thing where I lost all my money. Now,
what thing?
With the stockbroker. Sit down, man. And I didn't leave you hanging all week. We were going to leave you hanging for a day. Howard thought that was too cruel. So I let your entire misery lasted 10.5 minutes.
No, my entire misery started around 9:30.
But okay, all right. My entire misery was an entire weekend long.
You were still like in shock, weren't you?
Yeah, I couldn't snap out of it.
You weren't even sure if you were fired still.
Yeah, I was in like a cocoon.
All right.
Yeah, because it still doesn't sound happy.
No, not at all. Now I don't know whether
to take your job back. You don't even celebrate.
I don't know whether to hate Gary or I don't know how to handle it.
Yeah. You don't know what to say. Because Gary immediately goes, okay, now we're even, and we're never playing practical jokes on each other again. And I know John's already planning his next
got
one.
something up his sleeve.
Well, I already got another one for John.
Because John came down with me yesterday and said, guess what I'm going to do. And he already told me his next one, and it's awful. It
was the one that I refrained from doing because I thought it would be too cruel.
Yeah.
Well, I got another one for you. I was going to get you with 2 since you got me with 2, but I let it be.
Right. He has another one planned on you, so.
An awesome one.
Yeah.
He's going to get to the point where they'll be shooting at
Yeah, right. See, Gary hired a hitman to come kill you. But it's only a goof.
And then another whole day when I thought I lost all my money.
But it was Gary.
What's wrong?
Jackie's idea to Gary Puppet.
But isn't this funny?
It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's perfect.
And then what? Is that it? Are we done? Or now you got to get me back?
No, I mean, my next one's going to be on Scotty. You already know that.
Okay, but you done with me now?
Is that right? You got one on Scott coming up?
Yeah.
The cruelest of all.
Really? Shh, don't say it. I want to hear it.
Of course, he won't be looking for it now.
It wouldn't matter.
What's funny to me is Scott will have to dub it off, whatever.
Yeah. Scott will have to make a copy of it so it'll be ready for the air. I got to take a break. When we come back, we got to play Stuttering John at the Oscar party last night.
Right, but LT's here, and by now,
is he here already?
And by now, Bam Bam Bigalow should be here.
Oh, well, if those guys are here, then we'll meet them first.
Okay.
Let them yell at each other like wrestlers. That's pretty funny, John.
Yeah.
Especially your explanation to Gary.
On Christmas paper, on fire.
Now, John, if it's five practical jokes to 1, why would you be planning another one?
Because that's what he does.
Well, no, on the tape, on the tape, I said, I go, well, if Howard wants me to stop doing them, I'll stop doing them.
Oh yeah, like Howard's feeding you the ideas.
No, but
you get an idea.
Do what you want to do. I don't care.
They just occurred naturally to John.
John gets an idea and he goes to Howard. Howard goes, yeah, do whatever you want.
I don't even want to know about it.
John,
Just do it.
John takes that as if Howard's giving him the money and funding him.
Yeah. Well, you guys work that out. Anyway, let me take a break. LT, of course, the great football star, LT.
Taylor, yeah, from the Giants.
He's doing some kind of wrestling thing. I guess he got bored in retirement. I don't think he needs the money.
You think he's been practicing wrestling, or will he know what he's doing? Will he really...
Well, it's already he's already going to win the fight. They already fixed it. I know that. I have that on good... he's not going to lose no Bam Bam Bigalow. But anyway... According to the publicist, Bam Bam Bigalow...
Now, wouldn't you have him lose, have a grudge match? You know, have to do with 3 of these things?
No, LT don't lose. LT ain't going to lose no wrestling match.
I don't know.
LT wins.
Here's what they do in these things. If they want, they never make it look like he's losing. It's unfair because Bam Bam will have some guy come in and hit LT over the head when the ref's not looking.
Yeah, with a chair.
With a chair. Yeah.
Right. No. Bam Bam will go down. Trust me. LT doesn't lose no wrestling match.
I don't know.
No.
This is the way you make a payday.
Don't care. I'll bet you on the fight if you want.
Please.
What's LT's story? He getting white women or
He's got a wife.
What's he got? A white wife?
A black wife.
Too bad. I thought he could be getting some white women.
You're constantly telling black men to marry black women. He does, then you say too bad.
I'm sure LT had his share of white women.
I don't know what LT's done. You talk to him about it.
All right. Well, we'll get in here and we'll find out what the hell LT's up to. He doesn't cheat on his wife? I'm sure he does.
Oh, I'm sure there's been problems.
Have there been problems?
I don't even know if this is his first or second wife.
Oh, yeah. He ain't sitting around with one woman. I don't see that at all.
He might have a wrestling match with you. You keep this up.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't know what's up with these guys. They're so funny.
Are they fighting out there?
No, well, they're in separate rooms.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, like Bam Bam's in my office, and LT's in the guest lounge.
What's Bam Bam? Is he a white guy?
Yeah, he looks exactly like the guy who killed his parents in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
He's bald with tattoos all over his head.
Oh, he's got tattoos on his head?
But it doesn't say Zig Heil or Berserker.
Does it say Berserker on his head?
No, but
Zig Heil.
Kanji went in with the E-camera, to interview LT.
Yeah.
He said, hey, can I ask you some questions for E? He goes, you got 2 questions.
Really?
Yeah.
LT.
Kanji doesn't even have 2 questions.
That's one more than he had. Kanji walks around with that camera, interviewing people, and all he says is, how'd it go?
How'd it go? So how do you think it will go? How do you feel?
Good question.
What's new?
All right, let me take a break, and then we'll meet LT and Bam Bam right after these words.
It's the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Anyway, LT is here promoting this wrestling thing he's into now. Once you're like a football player, there's not a whole hell of a lot you can do.
What do you do when you quit football?
So he's into this wrestling thing with this guy, Bam Bam Bigalow. They're separated out in the hall, but...
Bam Bam's a pretty big guy. I saw him out there.
Yeah, well, he's going to lose.
I don't know.
LT's a big star. He ain't going to lose no wrestling match.
Suppose the guy just decides, you know what? I don't care about what we agreed to.
No. He's Bam Bam.
Up, LT.
Bam Bam's a professional.
You think so?
How many guys shave stuff into their head?
I saw those tattoos in his head.
How do you want to work this? You want to bring LT and Bam Bam in at the same time? Can
Maybe
they be?
you want to have the LT in first.
Adam, you can sit here.
Hey, Bam Bam, you're a big bastard.
I told you
Look at you, man.
big.
You're evil, dude. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Look at the size of him.
And look at those tattoos.
Those are some pretty major tattoos. And look at LT. LT, man, you can get your ass kicked.
How are you going to beat that guy?
I don't think in real life you can beat that guy, LT. No offense. Oh, LT's tough.
Yeah, but come on.
LT's no
like
pussy.
The side of a house.
Hey, LT, how you doing? You better hope the fix is in, LT. Look at the size of that guy. Oh, man.
Welcome back, man. Where you been?
I know. I was sick for like a week. I had the flu or something.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm cool now.
AIDS? You got over it, huh?
Yeah.
He beat the AIDS.
I beat the AIDS. I only had AIDS for like a week. It's no big deal. It's not, what they say, it's incurable, but I got over it.
It wasn't that tough, huh?
I don't know what Magic Johnson's bitching about. It's not that bad. And by the way, why come Magic Johnson's still alive?
Eazy-E's gone.
Yeah, Eazy-E. We knew that guy. He went in 10 days.
Had a month.
LT, what the hell's going on, man, with this wrestling? You really going to wrestle this guy? Bam Bam?
I'm going to wrestle.
Because look at his head, man. That's a major commitment.
Yeah, anybody who does stuff like that.
You're going to try and wrestle. Now, how did you guys... Now, listen, I am skeptical. Okay. What happened between you two that LT would even be in your world? I mean, how LT is a big football star and you're...
You don't need money or anything. That's not the money thing.
LT, you need money?
No.
You got a lot of cash,
I know you... Howard, so if I need money, I just come by your house.
I would always lend you money.
And I got all that money tree.
Yeah, you're my brother.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
I'm not heavy.
What happened? Did you two get in a tangle over abroad?
Nah, it wasn't nothing like that. I felt that LT, Mr. Lack of Talent, was putting himself on a pedestal in my world. Like the wrestling is my business, football was his business, and it felt like...
What happened? You were wrestling professionally, and LT was in the audience?
And he got beat by a little kid.
A little kid, yeah.
You got beat? You got beat up?
Well, I went...
beat by a little kid. 210-pound guy. Good wrestler.
How'd that happen? Bam Bam.
You're Bam Bam.
I might not even wait till April 2nd for WrestleMania.
You might kick his ass right here? Kick his ass for free?
Right here.
Well, that's bad business.
Well,
kick his ass for free.
Well, he's the one that's making $1 million, so I don't even know what I'm going to make.
What do you get paid for the fight? You don't know? LT's obviously going to get millions of dollars. What is that?
Couple of dollars.
Yeah, but it'd be worth kicking your ass for $2.
Wait, you got to bring some ass to get some ass, right?
It's there, brother.
Wow, you guys really do sound mad. Now, you really were separated out there.
Yeah, he's a knucklehead, man.
Is he?
He claims to be from New Jersey. I was born here, lived here all my life.
But you never saw him in Jersey. Where did you see him?
Yeah, where was he?
Yeah.
All right, let me get this straight. So, in other words, the way it goes, you were wrestling, and you got beat up. And LT made a comment to you?
I didn't make nothing. I just stood there, smiling. I was laughing like everybody else was in the place.
Everyone was laughing at Bam Bam.
You're a big wrestling fan?
I love wrestling.
Yeah?
And my
I didn't
son
know that.
loves wrestling.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Now I'm a personal friend of Diesel. So,
oh, I see. So you were there, and all of a sudden you were laughing at Bam Bam. He caught you out of the corner of his eye.
Yeah.
And came over and did what? Did you try to kick his ass?
No, I shoved him on his ass.
You shoved him on his ass. Flat on
Yeah,
his
but
ass.
listen, let me tell you something.
That was one tackle. He didn't
say that, LT.
Okay, excuse me.
You can't use the S word.
He ran like the chicken ass that he.
You are a man of culture. You cannot say that.
That's true.
That's
But
right.
are you saying he blindsided you? You didn't see him coming?
That's true. It's true.
Oh, man, we were face to face.
You got into a yelling match over this insult?
No. I offered my hand to shake his hand. I shake his hand.
Right.
And he turned around and came back and hit me.
He smacked you like a bitch.
Oh,
he bitch slapped you.
No, he didn't bitch slap me.
Man, did you bitch slap him? You backhanded him like a bitch.
It felt like a bitch.
Really? Oh, man.
That's why he was crying about his watch and his glasses.
Oh.
That's $18,000.
After you hit him, he started crying about
Did you break his watch?
Yeah, I hope I did.
Actually, that's an $82,000 Rolex. Thank you.
Well, LT's got a lot of money, man. So, LT, so now you've been sucked into the wrestling world. You didn't really want to get into this, but because of what happened, and it's a good payday. Why not?
Yeah, I mean.
And this is not going to be an every month thing. You're not going to wrestle.
No, it's a one time.
What are you going to wear? You going to wear tights and everything? What are you going to wear to the match?
Leotard.
You like those you had wear? They're pretty.
Brother.
Those flames?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, because these flames are going to set you on fire WrestleMania April 2nd, and then we're going to call you a BLT.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right.
But, LT, yeah, you guys aren't really mad at each other, are you?
I can't stand this guy.
You can't stand. You didn't even like LT when he wrestled. I mean, when he played football.
I liked the Giants for 2 years, and that was the 2 years that they won the Super Bowl. And after that, they were nothing.
Really?
Became boring. You know?
2 years.
New York had to pick this
When have
guy.
you won something? Do you wear a belt anywhere, or do you have a championship belt for wrestling, or you just one of the guys that happen to play?
Have you, Bam Bam? Have you ever won a wrestling championship?
Ask the question.
Have you ever won a wrestling championship?
Are you the guy that just get beat up every week?
Yeah.
What wrestling championship?
It was in Mid-South. It was a long time ago. Well, let me tell you
what?
Hey.
Mid-South? Where's that?
Yeah.
So LT has won two Super Bowls.
Yeah, all by himself. He had nobody to help him. He went out there and kicked 22 guys'
But Bam Bam, are you just the guy they bring in to get beat up by everybody?
Yeah. Are you the guy who takes a fall?
Hey, I want my turn.
Let's put it this way. This nobody that on April 2nd is going to beat this somebody, and then this nobody will become somebody.
You will beat LT, you're saying?
I'm going to beat him up. I'm going to beat him down. I'm going to humiliate him.
I don't think it'll happen.
How much does LT weigh?
LT, how much you weigh?
Enough.
250.
And you beat up by a guy who weighed 210, Bam Bam, already.
Yeah, he didn't beat me.
And listen, he wasn't even mad.
Really?
I slipped off the top rope and hit my head. And
are you guys representing me? Because you know how people always say wrestling's fiction and all that. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that, but because I don't want to get my ass kicked. You guys haven't rehearsed this in any way. You guys haven't gotten together in your tight.
No way.
I don't.
Right. Now, is race an issue in this fight? Do you not like black people as well, Bam Bam? You look like kind of like racist.
Yeah.
You're missing. He's got no teeth.
See that red shirt he had on?
Yeah.
It wasn't red when he put it on.
Is that right?
That's his neck.
It's a redneck.
How you get a redneck from Asbury?
Is there race involved in this at all?
I went to Neptune High School, man. I grew up with some brothers, and I got some good friends. I'm not a racist type person. I just can't stand people that think they're...
You can't stand people of any color who think that they're better than you, right?
No, really.
You seem like a nice guy.
We got to get along in this world, and, I got to make my mark.
All right, any way you can.
If I'm going to make some cash in my lifetime, I got to kick his ass.
Right.
And that's all there is to it.
Right, so it's basically you want to make some money.
This is a career thing.
Right.
Maybe I feel sorry. Maybe you the one that should be writing about it. Maybe you need a cash, so I'll let you kick my ass. How's that?
Well, you give me the $1 million, I'll be happy to.
Well, I'll kick your ass with $10.
Well, we're going to be in Times Square later on.
Yes, we will.
If you want to show up, I'll be in the ring, and you can come down there. And,
one thing LT could do is pretend he's on a football field and just grab you, tackle you around your ankles and break your legs.
Yeah.
He could do that.
I've been known to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you're strong enough to break his legs, right?
I like that.
Right. So you have to watch that. Do you have any plan to watch that?
Listen, I'm not Joe Theismann, man. I'm Bam Bam Bigalow. I'm the beast from the East. You know, LT, he already admitted that I'm a better wrestler, and I am. You know, he said he's coming out to brawl. But I've been brawling with these guys for 11 years. I've been doing this wrestling business for 11 years. So if you can't kick his ass, then you're a pretty pathetic wrestler.
You ought to quit.
You ought to quit.
I ought to quit or do something.
Or get out of the business. All right, well, that's fair enough. That's a pretty good assessment.
But let me ask
He's probably going to work for FDS, aren't you?
Right.
FDS.
Yeah, deliver flowers to your grave.
All right, then don't worry about it.
LT, I didn't know you were married. I didn't even know that. Robin told me.
Wait a minute, aren't you married?
Oh, you're not married?
Actually, I'm divorced.
Oh, you are? Yeah. No wonder you're wrestling. Your wife's getting half your money. Oh, you're in the middle. When did you start filing for divorce?
Actually, it's been well over
a
year ago. Yeah.
Oh, so you get lots of girls. What's your scene? You into white girls at all? LT must get some.
Get me shot in this town.
Nah, no one's gonna shoot you.
Yes, I just like.
Either that, he can marry Bam Bam.
I'm into people. Period.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't care what race someone is.
No,
you'll date him no matter what.
Don't bother me.
Damn, he must be having some party out there. He must be having some party.
You married, right?
Oh yeah, 20 years, and I haven't even cheated on my wife.
But the problem now is, Howard, he doesn't even have to break for football. He can just party.
Yeah, right.
All the time.
You can just party all the time. What's your day pretty much like? You just party, and then just like at night go to clubs. You play golf all day?
Yeah. Then I come home and watch TV.
Yeah, see, he's not taking it serious. He's playing golf and he's watching TV.
He's not training for you.
He should be training. You know, Big Daddy Cool's supposed to be training him the way I
was
see
out training yesterday.
Were you really? What were you doing to prepare for the wrestling?
Actually,
teeing
not
off.
Much.
Teeing off.
Teeing off. Him and Diesel, Bob.
So you're saying LP's not even physically prepared for this fight?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I've been training. I've been really busy. You know,
I see how much you've been training. What 12 Budweisers a day or something? Look at you.
At least I'm doing curls, man.
Okay. Meanwhile, you're having the life that OJ could have been having. You got golf. OJ's nuts. You believe OJ did it, right?
Did what?
The crime.
He hasn't heard about OJ.
Come on. LT's smart. He knows. Come on. You know OJ at all? Do you know OJ at all?
Yes, I do.
You been to visit him in the prison?
I haven't been there yet. No.
Oh, we got to go, me and you. We got to go.
One of us he want to see, one he doesn't. Okay.
This guy had some life. I know OJ.
Yeah.
This guy.
Why do you think he did it?
Why he did it? Because.
No. Why do you think? He
No,
did
I know he did it.
Why? How do you know?
How do I know?
Yes.
What's his blood doing at the house? You got this DNA at the house. They got his blood all over the side. What, are you going to tell me he didn't do it?
I say, listen, I don't think he did it.
Why? Because he's a brother?
No, never because he's a brother.
No, come on, this is a black issue.
No, it's
come on,
not.
Every black guy says OJ didn't do it.
I just don't feel that any guy that loves his kids as much as he does, and I know how much he loves his kids, would not kill his...
He cares about it. He cares about one thing. Tony Catane, Paul Barbieri, he's got all these girls.
Kato Kalin taking care of the kids. How much could they have cared?
Well, Kato was taking care of his wife, too.
Yeah. Hey, if we... believe me, I bet you Kato did his wife.
You better believe it. Everybody did. Furman, everybody did his wife.
Furman?
Hey, come on, LT. LT's into major conspiracy theories.
LT's going to wrestle Furman next, I think. All right, let me change the scenario.
Okay.
OJ is now white.
Okay.
Who did it? OJ.
No.
Of course.
No.
I'm telling you, man, it's just a black issue. Everyone's turning because everyone's turning into like, you know.
Everybody just says OJ's black. We got to stay.
We got to stick together.
See, now that's
I'm telling you, I haven't met a black guy yet who says that OJ's guilty. I'm telling you.
That's not true.
All the white people say he's guilty.
You should come to my house then, because I see it every day.
Really? Who's over your house saying that OJ's guilty?
They're just trying to get in.
Really?
A whole bunch of people. But listen, I don't think it's a black issue.
Look how great your life is. Seriously. You get up in the morning, you golf. Right?
Yeah.
What kind of servants do you have?
How many servants
What's
you got?
happening at that house?
Yeah, who lives in your pool house? You got a white boy like Kato, or you got a black guy?
You got a boy named Dino.
Dino?
Yeah, Dino. He's supposed to be his trainer.
Is that right? He lives in the pool house?
He must live somewhere, maybe in a doghouse. I don't know.
Boy, you really got it in for LT, huh? Hey, Bam Bam's real focused.
He's just jealous.
Yeah, you're jealous. You wish you were LT.
Hey, it's tough. It's tough being Bam Bam every day of your life. It got to be.
It's got to be a tough thing.
It's got to be a tough life, man.
But wait a second, let me get this straight.
Go ahead.
You wake up.
I wake up.
You eat a nice breakfast.
Who cooks it? You got to cook.
You got to cook?
Sometimes.
You got to cook?
Sometimes.
One of your bitches, or you can. Well, that's how you talk to a brother.
No, you don't.
I'm saying one of your bitches, or one of your.
Okay, you call one of my ladies a bitch and see
really?
how you talk to a brother.
Really?
No.
Well, I'm just. This is how brothers talk. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
If you could get one of your bitches to cook for you, you wouldn't have to pay anybody. Is what I'm saying.
You still got to pay the bitch.
You do. So wait a second, LT.
Oh dear.
You're telling me, and Bam Bam, you got to admit this is pretty fascinating. You would like to be living this life.
You want to know about his lifestyle.
Yeah.
Really?
It'll make you hit him harder.
Right.
You know, and Bam
Bam's got to go through a lot of crap. You got to tattoo the whole top of his head.
How do you think it is for Bam Bam trying to get women?
Really? Look.
Can you grow hair, Bam Bam?
Yeah, my hair covers my tattoo.
Oh, it does? Good. All right.
Shoot.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm married, though, man.
Are you really?
He's married.
You got a white woman?
I got a white woman. White, Italian, Jewish woman.
Is that right?
White, Italian.
And you got like 12 bitches cooking for you, right? Look at the sizes.
They have to work in shifts.
Yeah. Bam Bam knows how to eat. How many times a day you move your bowels, Bam?
Oh,
seriously, you're a big boy.
We blast off once or twice a day.
I bet you. Because he's big. You should be a little nervous. Something could go wrong in that ring.
I know. You might blast off.
The whole idea of this thing is that it's a live event. It's a pay-per-view event.
Anything can happen.
Anything is going to happen.
I'm going to watch it. I would watch it.
You know, I mean...
I watch yours.
Yeah, I'll watch that. I'd like to see if you get your ass kicked.
Does Bam Bam Bigalow want to go down in history as the man that lost to Lawrence Taylor?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't want to do that at all.
Although I had never heard of you before, so this is a big shot. This is a big shot.
This is the nobody that's going to beat somebody, and then I'm going to become somebody, and then this is
like the Rocky story.
This should sound like a song to me, though.
Yeah.
He didn't want to play football forever. I don't want to do this forever. We take a lot of bumps. We get a lot of injuries. I got 2 kids,
Right.
My life is in the direction of retirement, not...
Right, so you would like to beat his ass and then make a big payday.
Done deal.
Maybe you'll get like the wrestle Hulk Hogan or somebody.
And LT, you're not going to... If he
no
beats
good?
you...
Wait
a minute.
He's a pussy?
Big time.
Really?
Go ahead, darling.
If he beats you,
yes,
you're not going to fight him again.
I don't expect him to beat me in the first place. And,
I don't think LT will go down a loser. That would be very embarrassing.
It's just a question.
Well, that's why he's got his all-pro team there, because if he is getting his butt kicked and he is in trouble, he's got Reggie White, he's got Carl Banks.
Who will jump in on you?
Of course. They're going to jump in. And now we got our team, the $1 Million team, King Kong Bundy, and we got...
What's the $1 Million team? I just call my team $1 million. They make $1 million every weekend.
Yeah, I know, but then when they get hurt, they sit on their butts.
Well, T, this is a big payday for you, right?
It's worth some money.
Now your wife will get half of it.
Why?
No, she's not still a...
You got to go through divorce. You don't have a prenup, do you?
You're not going to go through all that, but we've all taken care of.
It's all taken care of?
We've all taken care of, yes.
Oh, man, it must be a lot of money, though, that she got. That's got to cut into your lifestyle. Then what about the house? You got to give that up, too, right?
No.
You got the house?
Yeah.
How'd you get the house?
Where's she living?
Yeah, where does she live?
North Carolina.
Really? You're lucky.
See, I could be doing him a favor, Howard.
Yeah.
When I kick his butt in WrestleMania, maybe his wife will be disgusted with him and not want nothing from him.
It's so bad for him.
Well, then, in that case...
Start beating his ass now. What is it, Butafuko?
Somebody told me that Bam Bam's wife is, like, awesome looking.
Is that right?
Really, really pretty woman.
No kidding.
My wife is a fine lady.
What if LT takes your wife after the fight?
He ain't going to be able to take himself.
Really? LT, that would be good. Now that you're free, you could date Bam Bam's wife if you beat her.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think LT would want to mess with my wife either. So.
Really?
Them Italian Jews, they're brutal.
So LT, let's get back to LT's lifestyle, because it sounds pretty damn good to me.
Go ahead.
He's just out of bed.
You just got out of bed?
I've been out of bed for the last 2 hours. Go ahead.
What are you sleeping, LT?
Huh?
Just kidding. All right. Really? Are you sleep nude?
Yeah, cool.
Is that right?
Yes.
And you get up, and you could be with any one of your bitches.
Oh,
right?
Here we
No,
go.
that's a black talk.
I'm
just talking to a brother.
Just explain it to me.
That's a black thing. You call your woman a bitch.
I see.
You could be with anyone.
What's the black thing?
No, that's how I grew up in a black community, so I know what I'm talking about.
And so everybody
maybe the brothers will call her your bitch. Your woman a bitch.
Believe me, she's a bitch. I got news for you. I mean, when you're with, I bet you got a monster in your trousers. I bet you there is no lack of satisfying a woman on your part, right? Absolutely.
Oh,
not.
my goodness.
As big as you are, as big as your hands and feet are, I can imagine what goes on there.
What size shoe do you wear?
What size shoe do you wear?
13
now. Oh, boy.
You know, they say big hands, well, big feet anyway.
Yeah.
Big socks.
That's right. And a lot of bigger things than that. I bet you're dangerous when you take your pants off. So you get up in the morning, you eat a breakfast.
Yeah, I was getting me aroused though.
And you eat a breakfast, LT.
Okay, when I do eat.
Right. And then sometimes you skip breakfast.
Most of the time.
And then what do? You have some of your women sleep over? Do you ever have two women at the same time sleep over, or you just have like one at a time? And these bitches are women that you meet at the clubs, right? Oh, man.
In fact, don't you have a restaurant? Is that where you go to pick them up?
You got LT, right? The restaurant.
Yeah, but I sold that, yes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I used to have a bunch of things.
You sold that all off. Why waste time with that? So you sold that off.
Keeps you from the women.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mess with women anymore.
So what do you do? Then you have like a bunch of guys you golf with every day?
Yes.
Every day you golf. So are you good at this golf?
Yes.
Okay, so you golf.
I golf.
And then like maybe you guys play cards for a couple hours afterwards?
I don't play cards.
None of that?
None of that.
What do you do after you golf? You go home, take a nap? Or you have a lunch?
No, I play all day, though.
Yeah.
I play until
about 5 o'clock?
I play from King C to King C. When I get up in the morning, I can't see the ball. When I leave, I can't see.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You play that? So how many holes of golf do you play?
Sometimes 45, 54.
Wow. 54 holes of golf a day.
This golf must be fun.
I got to get into it. First of all, I got to get rid of this job. Just so I can be free to golf.
Because you can't see your way to golf.
So you got to admit, like, football was a great thing. I mean, you made a lot of money.
Look at your life now.
Now you can golf. So after you golf...
Now, are you like OJ? Do you have arthritis and all kinds of pains?
No. You got any of that?
No, not at all.
Oh, well, good.
Make sure that can be used in court against you if anything goes wrong with any of the bitches. They cut their heads off. So wait a second. Now, let me get this straight. So you have arthritis. Right, Bam Bam? You have arthritis. Absolutely. All right.
A lot of arthritis.
That's right. All right, so wait a second.
Okay.
So then after you do the golf till dinner time, then what do? Do you go out to dinner with some bitches, or do you just go with some guys? I would go to dinner with guys. I wouldn't even waste money on
Don't even feed them, right?
No, I wouldn't feed the bitches. I would just have sex with them. Oh, what a life I'd be having. I got to get free. You got to tell me how to make the move.
LT is sitting there saying he doesn't mess with women anymore. What does that mean?
No, he does. He's into boys.
Young boy. Anyway.
You didn't take any frogman lessons or anything like OJ did you?
Are you going into acting?
Yeah, don't go into acting and don't take frogman lessons. That's what got OJ. That's what got OJ into trouble.
Yeah, OJ got too far into the role.
That's what they taught. They taught him how to cut somebody's throat.
Oh, yeah?
How to get in a frogman outfit. I guarantee you OJ was wearing a frogman outfit that night.
He was all dressed in black.
I guarantee it. The limo driver saw him run into the house.
No. Listen, if the limo driver saw him running through the house, across the lawn, right?
He said, I saw a big black guy running.
Yeah, but why would he... Well, then who was behind Cato's house with the bump?
That was LT jumping over the fence.
That was OJ, not LT. Don't implicate LT.
If he comes over the fence going to the back door.
He couldn't.
He couldn't get to it because the back door had something in front of it.
Yeah. That's what they testified.
Oh, yeah.
I think LT was involved. I think LT is involved with it.
He seems to know an awful lot
you seem to know
about
too much about
there.
it. Yeah.
You've been to Rockingham, haven't you?
I've been there a couple of times.
Yeah. Have you really? You've been out to OJ's estate?
Mm-hmm.
How is that place? Nice?
It's nice.
It looks good on the map. I'm thinking of buying it. It's nice.
Got a lot of extra property.
Yeah, I tell you, that's
you can put me up.
Yeah, you can golf on there and do everything.
Oh, look at that. He put you up?
No, I was living in Cato's house.
Okay.
Yeah, really. Or Arnell's place.
Right, yeah.
All those rooms look nice.
Best living bum in the world.
So wait a second.
Go ahead.
So then you play the golf till about 5 o'clock.
5, 6, 7.
And what do? You have to eat dinner.
I do.
And where do you go? Nice restaurant?
Sometimes.
With guys or women?
Both.
Really?
Yeah.
And like you have an entourage, like people that you feel comfortable around that you hang with?
Yeah, well, see, my best friend and my trainer, Dino Kiriako, he owns Ramapo Diner, so I go.
So he's free to hang out with you. You need someone who can hang with you.
It sounds like he has a lot of friends who have a lot of free time, just like OJ.
Yeah. And what happened?
You know what? It's so funny. We went to Riviera last week.
I
had to play golf.
Yeah.
And I came up there. I said, well, you have a tea time? I said, yeah, just give me OJ's time.
You just booking all where OJ was booked. Hey, Bam Bam, doesn't sound like LT's really training too hard for this fight. He's at the Riviera golfing. I think this is an easy fight. If you can't beat him, then there's something wrong with you.
You ought to quit.
Yeah, you really ought to get out.
He's been putting the ball in the hole too many times. It should be putting his butt in the ring.
Right.
I go into the ring every day, though.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, just this last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. So you've been actually working out and getting ready for this.
You know some holes and stuff.
I got something for his butt.
It's about the only ring he does. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me.
No. That's the ring. That's the thing I wear my Super Bowl ring on. So,
that's right. Will you wear your Super Bowl ring when you wrestle on WrestleMania?
I don't want the diamonds to blind them, so I doubt if it.
Right. Can you guys do whatever you want, Nick? Can you punch each other in the face and stuff?
Well, there's a referee.
Yeah, well, I think some things have to be. We will be gentlemen, will we not?
You're going to be slamming. I don't know about jamming.
Will you punch LT in his face if you get a chance?
You know, I'm going to do whatever it takes. You know,
so if the ref turns around, you'll punch him in the face.
Well, then you better wear a cup.
Do you have?
Because you'll kick him in the nuts.
Oh, yeah.
You will.
All three of them.
Right. Whatever he's got down there, you're going to kick.
Do you have any special holds, Bam Bam, that we can look forward to? How are you going to put him out?
I'm going to sit on his face and fart.
Are you really? Will you do that? If you overpower him, will you sit on his face and fart right in his face? See, I would pay to see that.
Sounds erotic.
That's pretty good, LT.
I'm going to go in there. We got a game plan. And
LT, you know how to drop a guy on his head and stuff and do all those moves?
You can't pick him up.
You do? Can you pick him up and roll him onto his head?
It's all leverage.
Really?
It's all leverage.
You know. Hey, I hope you know what you're doing in there. That's all I'm saying. This is not your sport.
See, you got out of football without being crippled. Don't let this guy do it to you.
So
that's Bam Bam.
Because I'll tell you something, Andy Kaufman got hurt doing this.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he really did. I think that's how he got brain cancer.
Yeah, I was going to say, gave him cancer.
Yeah,
I think you shouldn't have told Stuttering George that he wasn't fired until next month.
Yeah, you should let him hang for a while.
I will.
All right, wait, let's get back to your incredible lifestyle. All right. It's exciting that you're wrestling, but I think this is more exciting what you're doing outside the ring.
Why?
Because it's an amazing life.
Well, your life is amazing.
Oh, yeah, I'm working all day.
How long did you have to play football?
And I don't get any girls.
13 years.
And now you're just free.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Is it?
And let me tell you something. When he was working, it was a party too.
Yeah,
believe me, there was lots of fun going on. You're damn right. You had too much fun.
Too much fun. That's right.
In fact, I got to, for the fight, they're calling me in to test your urine.
Okay, good.
So I got it right here in this cup. Sweet as can be. I don't taste anything.
But see, Howard, you should never swallow. That's how you catch AIDS.
No. Then I won't get the AIDS from that. I'm sure you're clean as a whistle.
Okay.
Oh, no. No, actually, I didn't detect anything. So anyway, so then you get up, you golf, you eat the dinner.
Mm-hmm.
When do you get the bitches?
No.
When can you pick up girls? At night?
Where do you go? Where do you go?
You can go anywhere. Do the women approach you?
Or do you just have them brought in?
Do the women come to you? Like when you go to a club, do the women just walk up and go, "Hey, LT, I think you're really hot"?
Well, I don't go to clubs that much.
You don't?
No.
Where do you meet the bitches?
Around the golf course?
If I do,
meet some women.
Young ladies.
Yes.
Usually two friends.
Really?
Yeah.
So you like Stallone? You see a girl in the magazine, you say, "I like to meet her." And
do you ever do that? You ever see a model in a magazine and call up the modeling agency?
Not quite.
Oh, come on. That's what I'd be doing. I got to get free. How'd you tell your wife you were leaving her?
Huh?
Would you just walk in and said, "Look, I can't take it anymore. I got a date"?
I said, "Bye."
Really?
That cold?
No.
I'll see you, baby. We've grown apart.
My wife and myself, we're great friends now.
Right.
We're great friends. We just couldn't live together as man and wife. You know, we have kids and stuff.
Right.
We
So you get to see the kids. It's probably the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
you're a great dad, like on weekends, every once in a while.
But your kids are in North Carolina, right?
Yes,
that's perfect.
Because we have Sunday. We have on Friday. Come to
but it's no big deal. They come up for the wrestling match and stuff, and then they go back.
That's a great guy.
How often did you see him during the week anyway? You were golfing all the time. I think I'd be a better father to the kids if I left my wife.
I think you are as good a father right now.
I'm as good a father as you are. I don't see my kids either.
Are you supposed to be Linda's lawyer?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. You know, it's hard to see the kids. You're busy with golf.
Okay.
But anyway, the point is...
Okay, the point is there is no point.
So you come home, you tell your wife, "Look, I got a date."
Okay.
This is it. We've grown apart. I got a date. Right?
No, I didn't say that.
What do you say? Do you just say, like, "Hey, baby, listen, it's just not working out. We've grown apart"?
Yeah. We're just not working out.
Was it your idea?
Of course. What do you think? Some woman's going to leave him?
I think it was mutual.
Yeah.
I'm doing it a different way. I'm going to go home and go, "Baby, I'm gay." That's what I'm going to say.
But you said I've known that for what?
Yeah, right. She hardly gets any anyway. Now, how soon after you kiss off your wife do you go date?
Or were you dating already?
Yeah. Did you ever get Tawny Katane like OJ did? You never got Tawny, did you?
Not me.
No. You've gotten some pretty good ones, though, I bet. You're just pretty quiet about it.
I'm trying to stay.
You've had Hollywood types.
Ever dated an actress?
You've dated an actress.
Yes.
Who?
Robin Givens?
No.
Yeah,
never got her?
Mike is out now.
You never got her, right?
No, not me. No, Mike. I never.
Tawny Katane, you ever get her?
No, I didn't know Tony.
Paula Barbieri, ever have her?
No, you couldn't. You're in another league.
Faye Resnick? Ever get her? Yeah, I think that's a yes.
Now, what is it with this?
You ever get Sally Field?
Sally Field?
I don't know. Whoopi, you ever go with her? No, you don't want
to. Brother.
No, she's into white guys.
Wait a minute, Howard.
Yeah.
What is the deal with, like, Marcus Allen? You know him?
Yes, very well.
And so now, you guys, like, have a pact? You can go with each other's wives and you don't get angry?
Hey, listen, I don't go with nobody.
He has no pact. He's just wrestling.
Really. I'm just wrestling.
You know who you ought to date? The brothers would love you if you would date Florida Evans.
Oh, please, Howard.
Remember that show, Good Times?
Yes, I do.
If you dated her, they would say, man, that's a brother who, when he makes it, stays with the black community.
Well, I'd rather get it on the day. Maybe Selma, but
talk about you,
Florida Evans. You ever hang with Eddie Murphy?
Sometimes,
you've been up to Bubble Hill?
Yeah, I've been up to his house.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. His wife's a piece of ass. And she says she's black. She's about as black as I am. She's no black woman.
Walk through a black
and he's all proud of himself because he married a black woman. Then you see her and she's white. And she goes around saying she's black too. Everyone's kidding each other.
I don't know what LT's wife looks like. She could be white.
Oh yeah, was she very light skinned? Your wife?
She was
almost white.
No.
She had straight hair or afro hair?
She used to wear it all kinds of.
She did? Yeah. She braids?
Braids sometimes.
Really? Sounds nice.
You know.
I like a girl who changes her hair all the time. But you had a dark-skinned wife?
No, she's
very light.
Lighter than me, yes.
Lighter than Eddie Murphy's wife?
No.
But almost?
No.
Really?
No.
I don't know. I got to check out.
Does she look like Halle Berry?
Yeah, she looked like Halle Berry. You ever have her? I bet you had Halle Berry.
No, she's a pretty woman, boy. I wish I could, but no. I wouldn't.
I could set you up with her.
Well, what would her husband say?
Oh, who cares? I'll kick his ass.
You can be the baseball player, right?
Bam Bam sounds like a pretty good life, don't it?
Bam Bam's upset now.
Bam Bam's not even angry. He's like, I'm not going to hurt this man.
This is all going to help me April 2nd on the pay-per-view.
Why is that? Because you'll be so angry at LT's life, you're jealous of him?
I'm not jealous of that life, though.
Oh, yes, you are.
I don't want to go on a golf course for 24 hours a day. That's not me.
That's not you. Yeah, but LT's having a party. And then when he gets done, he has the bitches.
My teeth.
That's right. And you got all your teeth. What's the story on your teeth? Seriously, man.
Yeah, Bam Bam, can't you get your teeth fixed?
Yeah, don't you want to look handsome?
Andre the Giant stepped on my face one day in the garden.
Is that right? And he knocked your tooth.
Stepping on this man's face.
And you feel confident you could beat this guy up?
Well, I ain't to beat him up. I just think I can protect myself and do what I have to do to win.
All I'm saying is OJ is guilty. And why he did it is beyond me. He had the best life of all. The best life. Golf, white women, and black women. Mostly white, though.
I didn't see any black women.
Do you know if OJ ever had any black women?
A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. He went completely over the line.
White women.
He forgot what it is to be a brother. I'll be honest with you. That's why you don't have to stick up for him. He forgot what it's like to be a brother. You got to remember your roots. It's okay to go dabble with the white women, but when it comes down to being serious, you stick with a sister. Am I correct?
Sounds good.
Exactly. That's right. He had it all. Golf, white women, burgers in the Rolls Royce. You name it. White guys to buy him the burgers.
He didn't know what to do.
He had everything. And the guy went nuts. And he even got rid of his wife. He even got rid of her. And he was dating better than her. And he went nuts. Because he's on this Frogman show, and they show him how to cut somebody's throat, and he went nuts. He flipped out.
Yeah, we didn't explain to you why he did it.
What was in that friggin' burger from McDonald's?
Because, he still loved her because that's why he did not do it. You used to see him at the China Club all the time with his wife.
He loved her. He
loved her to death.
He loved her to death.
Oh, God, you have to write a book.
And he knocked her around, too. How do you explain that? He beat her.
Well, hey, listen, it happens. I mean,
that was OJ. OJ, did it happen? It happened.
Well, it's 30 million battered women out there.
That's right.
And they all got one thing in common.
They don't listen.
Listen, I know, I'm just kidding.
They say most of those beatings happen during Super Bowl.
No, kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, I've never hit a woman in my life. I really don't see any reason to hit a woman.
Yes.
You've never had any of these domestic problems?
I never hit a woman. I couldn't, because when I started to argue, I take my golf clubs and I go to golf clubs.
See, and that's what you're supposed. That's what OJ was supposed to do.
OJ didn't learn that lesson.
Are you going to hit Bam Bam with one of your golf clubs on the pay-per-view?
No, he gets bitch slapped.
You're going to bitch slap him. You're going to slap him around like a woman.
Bitch slap.
Right.
Slapping is not going to get the job done, Howard. But if you want to bitch slap me, I'll be in Times Square from 12 to 1.
Today?
Yeah, we're going to.
The two of you will be there?
We're doing a pre-WrestleMania workout, and it's going to be.
Oh, you're both going to be in your tights? And
I'm going to be in my
You're not?
tights. So if he wants to do some bitch slapping, I'll be there from 12 to 1. You just come on down, you get your butt in the ring, and you want to slap me, go ahead and try it.
Hey, man. You got to pay for this, brother.
I've yet to see a white guy can beat up a black guy anyway. Man. So, Bam Bam, good luck.
Hey, I'm white, red, orange, purple. I'm a walking
You're all
cartoon,
colors.
man.
It's a tattoo. He's an Easter egg.
It's unbelievable. Bam Bam, you are kind of interesting to look at, man. With all the tattoo on your head and everything. He's got a big flames coming out of his head. You ought to tattoo Berserker into your head. Berserker? Yeah, that's cool.
That'll scare.
And Sieg Heil. That's cool, too. A lot of guys are doing that now. Sieg Heil.
It must be nice, man. Just sit here in the morning, every morning, just say what the hell you want to say.
Nice is sitting in your house with the bitches and the golf. That's nice.
Playing golf all day.
Yeah, I got to learn how to do that. You got some Hollywood girls, didn't you? Son of a...
You're not going to give us any names?
Give me one of them. One of the bitches.
Come on.
No,
you get strippers over at Scores? You ever go down there? I bet you score with them. You ever taken a few of those home? Yeah, I think.
You've been to Scores.
You've been to Scores, right?
Scores?
Yeah.
What Scores?
Oh, man. I go over there. You ought to come to one of our parties.
What parties do you have over there?
We go over there.
Bachelor party.
The owner gives us $15,000 in funny money, and we just heap it on the girls, and they go wild.
Well, I've never been there.
Yeah, right.
He never gave you funny money?
I've never.
Oh, man. That's because we got a radio show.
Okay, great.
All right, anyway, let me get this straight. You guys are obviously here to promote a fight. The big fight is between Bam Bam Bigalow, who is this gentleman here, who admittedly he says, I'm not a big, well-known wrestler. This is my big shot. LT is going to wrestle him on TV.
Well, we'll be in the ring together.
You're going to be in the ring together, and you will fight him.
I like that.
Right. And you will. And how long will this go, do you predict?
Well, taking consideration of LT's speed from him running away from me, it could take all night.
He might run out of the ring. Because he is very fast. And LT, people are giving you a hard time about this because they're saying, hey, you're this great football player. You shouldn't be wrestling. This is demeaning and this. But you don't care, right?
No, I never worry about what they say, because who are they anyway?
Well, I don't care who they are.
I think
this is big money, and this is you're going to.
I tell you, just the athletes that are over there in that WWF.
You're proud to be there, and you want to beat this guy's ass, and you're happy to do it.
It's one of the things you have to do.
Now, do you miss football?
No, not with the bitches and the golf.
Okay.
No, actually, no, I do not miss football.
You don't?
No. He hated it when he was doing it. He hated the whole damn thing.
How did you know?
He just wanted the money to get the bitches. I'm telling you, man, get it away.
Hey, listen,
you hated it.
No, but
I hate this.
No, I love the game of football.
You like watching it. You don't want to be in there playing, getting hurt and stuff.
That's not true.
You were never that into it, right?
Yes, no.
If you had been really into it.
My first 10 years, I was really into football.
Yeah.
When Bill left, I kind of faded away.
You know what's stupid? When you got to play for college for free. That's dumb. I would go right out of high school into the game.
Wait a minute. He got paid.
You got paid in college?
No, not me.
Come on, didn't you get cars and clothes?
Oh, yeah, and bitches.
All that stuff.
You've been getting bitches for like forever.
Your grades were taken care of.
Why'd you ever even bother getting married? I would never have even got... If I was
this your first wife?
How many wives? That's your only wife? Yeah. Oh, that's what happened. You married her when you were young.
No, I married her when I was 22.
Oh, so she must have been really hot.
She still is.
You just got bored.
No. They grew apart.
You know what happens? Women don't age as well as men.
Oh, please.
Is that true?
No, my wife Linda was a very nice...
You got a picture of her?
No, I don't care.
Oh, yeah, why would he carry pictures of his ex-wife?
Well, sometimes impress guys. This is what I dumped. You know why divorce is so expensive?
Don't tell me.
Because it's worth it. Right?
I've been wife. Yeah, you one wife?
Yeah, I got one of them.
One wife.
Yeah, one wife. She stuck by me,
She's so funny.
Yeah, so I get this guilt thing going.
Okay.
Oh, please, you're in love with the woman.
I love her, though. She's a special lady.
She gotta be.
Oh, yeah.
So crazy.
Oh, yeah, she's a very special lady. She's very different than all the others. She was the only one willing to sleep with me. Take a look at this face without a radio show. Think about it. I bet you Bam Bam gets laid 20 times more than I do.
So LT doesn't work at all?
No. Well,
No,
you know, he's got various...
I do work.
Really?
Doing what? I have a company, All Pro Products.
Yeah.
Which is a public company. I mean, I work. I do speaking engagements sometimes.
Oh, okay. I mean, it sounded like you stayed on the golf course all day.
Pretty much, that's it. But so what?
I mean, I do work, though, yes.
I might go out to that golf with you.
I mean, I do have the tax man makes me pay taxes every year.
Yeah, okay.
On something.
His work is driving his own golf cart. That's his work. He's got it made.
No, that's Dino's job.
Let me tell you something, LT, you're having a great life. Bam Bam, listen, Bam Bam, you seem like a nice guy to me. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to see LT lose, but I don't want to see you lose either. Maybe it'll be a draw.
Well, you know, it's interesting, and my whole thing is I want everybody to check out the pay-per-view.
Right,
it's
obviously.
April 2nd. It's in Hartford. It's on pay-per-view. And then I get to prove to myself and the world, you know, where I stand and what I'm about.
Well, I ain't got to prove to myself anymore.
You're just going to beat his ass.
I know where I stand and what I'm about. So.
Right. So you're just going to go in there and beat his ass.
Well, I'm just going in there and take care of the job.
Right. You know you can beat his ass.
On a golf course.
And you're telling me you two guys have not prearranged who's going to win or anything?
No. It's
See,
live.
I swear to God.
Live event. Swear to God, it's going to happen live, and this man's going down.
And he will be beaten.
Yes. Beaten up, beaten whatever, beaten around.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
You will show no mercy, Bam Bam?
He's going to beat BLT.
Well, my prediction, LT will be on the course early in the morning, April 3rd.
Thank you.
He won't miss a day. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Look at this guy. He's toned.
I'm in Florida, April 3rd.
Is that right?
Because I got a tea time.
Yeah, you're not even worried about missing tea time. He's saying you're physically not even going to interrupt his golf game. He's not going to have a sprained finger. That's how confident he is.
Oh, my goodness.
Bam,
You guys are crazy.
Hey, you know you get me in trouble over here.
Yeah, I mean,
You guys are crazy.
you say he's going to bitch slap you around the ring and then get right on the golf course.
You know what? I don't think Bam Bam was upset until he heard this interview.
Yeah, listen to that. Bam Bam, the guy's going out golfing the next day.
Come on now.
Where are you going to be again? Where are you going to be April 3rd? Unbelievable.
Bam Bam, what do you got on your schedule for April 3rd?
Yeah.
I got
in the hospital.
I got it next day. I have to go do some TV tapings for the WWF, and
you're not gonna be wearing dark sunglasses with your eyes all bugged out of your head and everything. You're saying you can really beat this guy's ass? Well, don't embarrass yourself and go in there and lay down. I mean, go in there and try and get into something.
You know, I'm 390 pounds, and I'm very fast, very agile.
Listen to what I'm saying. I don't care what they've arranged or whatever. I'm saying this is your big moment to beat his ass. You get in there and do what you got to do. Beat LT's ass.
Unless there's some money under the table or something, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is your big chance. Throw the book out and do what you got to do. Right, LT?
You know,
let him take his best shot.
I'm not letting Vince McMahon. I'm not letting nobody in the WWF tell me what to do April 2nd. I'm going in there. It's my shot, and I'm taking.
And you're doing what you have to do. Well, now I'm watching.
Watch it.
LT's like, oh. What the hell is that?
Wait a minute.
Someone's going to straighten him out, I hope. I'll talk to him. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to make it interesting. Hey, LT, you actually look nervous.
I know.
Yeah.
Look, Howard, your lines are lighting up. I think it's time for us.
All right. LT has a plane to catch. LT, listen, good luck in the ring. April 3rd.
Second.
Is it second?
Yeah.
Oh, April 3rd is the golf game. Right. The 3rd is. Yeah, he's real nervous. April 2nd is the big fight, and we can order it on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
All right? And it's going to be Bam Bam Bigalow against Lawrence Taylor, the great Lawrence Taylor, of course. And his first time out of the football ring and into the wrestling. If you think he hated football, he really hates this stuff. He hates this 3 times more. But all right, listen, he's got obviously somebody jacked him up with a lot of pay.
Okay.
All right, real good. Okay. And if I was you, man, I would definitely get high before the fight.
Oh, please.
I'm
What's
telling
wrong with you?
because you don't want to feel any of that. Bam Bam, you get high before the fight, right?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
No,
you don't do that stuff straight, do you? Oh, man. I need a little tooth before I went into that ring. No one will fault you. In football, they fault you, not in wrestling.
Nobody's testing on the WWF.
Do they really test you?
We have random testing at least once or twice a month.
Yeah, well, not when LT's in there. You guys want to test? You could test 2 months after that. No one said anything about a test.
I just hope that...
you can smoke a little pot before you go in the ring, can't you? You can do something. Do some hash. You don't do anything before you go in the ring?
No,
really?
Really?
You know, LT, I'm safe LT could do a little something. He's not professional.
Nah, we're legit.
I'm not professional.
You're not a professional wrestler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it too or something.
I'm a professional athlete.
Yeah, you can do something. I mean, not like smack or something. Just do
smack.
Do some opium.
Crack. Yeah, just
crack.
do some crack.
Do some crack. You'll beat his ass in 5 seconds. You don't take lewd. You'll fall asleep. No, Bam Bam's all upset. You don't like any of this talk, do you, Bam? You're very serious.
You know, the WWF really, we care about our clientele, and
so do the NFL. But listen, they have to do what you have to do to get through that stinking game.
You know,
Can you imagine they get upset with a guy if he does a little drugs before a football game? He's about to get his head bashed in.
He can tell you about that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Stop. We get a lot of kids watching us, and
I'll screw those kids.
A lot of
this is for men.
Hey, they make us money.
Do they really?
Yes.
So you can't do any drugs before the kids watch?
No, we don't.
They won't know. The kids don't know when you're high.
We got strict policies, man.
Yeah, the kids never know when you're high. They're the last ones to know.
Yeah.
Believe me, they don't know anything. All right, listen. LT, I'm a big fan of yours, as you know. I hope that you do very well in the ring. I also like this fella here, Bam Bam Bigalow. I got to tell you something. I don't have any grudge against Bam Bam. I hope you make your mark. I hope LT makes his mark. You understand what I'm saying?
I just hope he makes enough money to cover his hospital bill.
Well, all I know is that, look, I need LT to be back on the show.
We'll wheel him in.
He'll be on the course on early April 3rd. Yeah. All right, listen. Bam Bam, good luck. LT, good luck. We'll all tune in April 2nd to the big pay-per-view event. Looking forward to it. I'm going to watch this event.
Yeah, and then you got me all psyched up.
Yeah,
I got to see it.
Well, that's why people wake up early and come on this show. We got to get them psyched up.
I wasn't going to watch this until
I wasn't either.
Here.
I wasn't even going to watch it. Now I feel like I should watch it.
Yeah, you should. You don't want to miss it.
All right, I'm going to watch it.
I'm almost believing that something could happen.
I'm thinking that Bam Bam is going to throw out whatever's prearranged and actually kick LT's ass. I think there's going to be a chance of that.
I think he's just crazy enough to do it.
Yeah. Seriously, man, he might go berserk in there and forget the way it's fixed.
Listen,
yeah.
I know all this.
Right.
I know what has to happen, what will happen.
Right.
You're not will happen.
You don't care what rule book he's going by. He'll beat his ass. What will you do? You charge him? Will you charge him low, like in a football match?
I don't give everything I'm going to do to him, but I will protect myself. And I know, just like anything, there are always vital areas you can take care of.
But wait a minute, how do you determine a win? Somebody's got to pin somebody, right?
I feel bad for Bam Bam.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad.
I don't have to worry about it?
Yeah.
No.
I think I got a tattoo
on his head. Done before.
Yeah, okay.
210 pounds.
All right.
I saw it happen.
All right.
Anything can happen.
It can happen.
And it can happen.
What happened in that last fight, Bam Bam?
I do this thing called the moonsault where you get up on the top rope and you flip backwards and you land on a guy. Well, I set the 1, 2, 3 kid up for it. And as I was going backwards, my partner was pulling himself up into the ring. I slipped off and banged my head, put 15 stitches in my lip, and knocked myself unconscious.
Oh. You knocked yourself out?
Yeah.
Now, do I have anything to worry about?
Just don't go near him. You're saying you fell backwards to land on the guy. You missed. You smacked your head into the mat. You cut open your own lip, and then you knocked yourself out.
I was out for, about...
You're not going to do that at this fight, are you?
Well, you should stay in the locker room.
Yeah, LT can stay in the locker room and just knock himself out.
Yeah, let Bam Bam fight himself. He's no worse than me.
What kind of fighting is that? You knocked yourself out. Oh, no wonder LT was laughing at you.
When you're on the top rope...
I'll fight you if you do that.
Well, you're about 8 feet in the air on the top rope, so...
But you're saying you were supposed to land on the guy.
Well, it's a backwards somersault. And when I jumped back, instead of me landing on my stomach or knees, I landed on the top of my head because I slipped off the rope. And it's a really high...
I don't mean to laugh at you, man, but that's pretty funny. Professional wrestler, and you're knocking yourself out.
It's a lot of crazy things happening.
His head was longer.
Yeah? Well, listen, I wish you both luck. You're nice guys, and I hope everything works out for you. I'm going to tune in and watch it. LT, I'll see you on the golf course April 3rd. Okay. And don't go by the rule book. Get in there and mix it up.
Duke it out.
See a shot.
Rock and roll, man.
Let Vince McMahon get a hold of you. You were supposed to lose. But, hey, man, I got carried away. I don't know what happened.
What's he going to do?
What's he going to do?
Me?
He can't fire you afterwards.
Because then I'll come on a show and chew him up.
This guy's wild. Guy tattooed his head. There's something wrong with him. All right. Listen, you two be careful, all right?
Thank you.
All right. I want to see anybody dead. Although that would be worth the price.
No, stop that.
Just bring a big butcher knife in like OJ. Just cut his throat. That'd be good. That'd be worth it. Then you'd be on trial, be the biggest star in the world.
Who's bigger than OJ?
Who's bigger than OJ right now? Jorgito.
There's nobody.
All right. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to say goodbye.
Good, thank you.
I had a lot of fun. Thanks, LT. Thanks, Bam Bam.
Thank you,
and we'll be back right after this.
We'll be back with the Howard Stern Show. Don't go away. 97.1 The Eagle.
Hey.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Howard Stern finally got his name posted at a rest stop in New Jersey last week, but it didn't last long. A plaque declaring a Howard Stern rest stop was stolen over the weekend from a restroom on Interstate 295 in Springfield Township. Governor Christine Todd Whitman kept a campaign promise when she had the plaque installed. Her office says she has no plans to replace it.
Thank you. Magic OJ 8-Ball, will I ever see my plaque again?
It happens.
All right. I like how OJ worked himself into the LT interview. Like he actually was in there. Because OJ was talking to LT and LT was answering. That was pretty cool.
It happens.
What do you got on, chapstick?
Yeah.
Wow.
Muffin blow.
It's Gliptone.
Gliptone.
Yeah.
Did you Gliptone your lips?
I rolled it on with a paint roller.
It's like having a plastic seal over those lips.
I detailed my feet.
I got glip lip.
It's a bad color for me. Usually I use the mint.
Because you got such big lips, and all of a sudden I'm looking, I'm seeing them glowing, and I'm like, is he got? That's what was annoying me about you today. Your lips are covered in chapstick, and it makes your teeth shine, and whew, looks like Gliptone.
Is that what you had to talk to me about?
No, I don't think I had anything.
You just wrote something down. You said you wanted to ask me something. Then you wrote it right down on that piece of paper.
No, I didn't want to ask you. Did anybody tape Superman this week? I inadvertently didn't tape it.
Oh.
And I watch that every week.
I really feel bad for you.
I feel like a real retard asking for it, but it's an episode I was particularly interested because Lois finally figures out that Clark is Superman.
Yeah, but she doesn't keep it.
Yeah, I don't care. I want to see that.
Well, they kiss. That was.
I want to see all that.
I came in on the kiss.
Don't tell me anything. You know what? I went downstairs to tape it. I actually make a habit of taping it.
Well, you can't set your VCR. Tell the truth.
No, that's not what happened. I have a VCR in my office that I set for Superman.
Right, yeah.
I go down, and while I was waiting to set the tape, I said, let me watch this Amy Lynn tape. I had a tape of Amy Lynn, the Penthouse Pet, with Marilyn Chambers in a movie somebody sent me. And I said, let me take a look at that, because it's too early to set my tape for Superman.
No.
I got caught up in it, and I must have watched it, and I said, I'll go upstairs and I'll finish myself off. And I forgot to put my Superman tape in.
But tell the truth.
And I love Superman.
You can't put you can't set the timer on your machine.
No, I don't do that.
You just put the thing in and hit the record
Isn't that what you do?
No.
You set the time for this actual show? Why? How about there's a problem? How can you trust that?
What do you do when you have to watch a show that's on, don't you...
I just fast forward through all the other shows.
No, are there any shows that are... Oh, wait a second. So if you have to watch a show that's on at 10 o'clock at night, you put a tape in at 9 and just go to bed and let it roll?
Yeah, of course. Doesn't everyone do that?
Why he's always screaming, Allison, don't forget to tape, because she has to be there to push the button.
I don't know how to do that. I didn't know any of you guys knew how to do that.
You know what they make now? First of all, I do it on...
VCR Plus? I don't like it.
No, forget VCR Plus. They have a thing now. It's down to... You have a little stylus, and they have barcodes, and it just says Monday. You run the stylus over Monday.
I don't do that, because then you got to set your timer on your VCR. I don't know how to do that. Why do you think they make the tape so long? So you could tape the whole night.
But you realize, of course, that you're killing the life of the heads on your VCR.
No, I'm not.
You're unnecessarily taping many more hours.
You think I can afford a new VCR?
Yes.
Okay.
But I wouldn't count your money.
All right.
I wouldn't say that.
I can afford a VCR. I ain't saying I'm Rockefeller, but I can afford a new one. I got 12 of them.
Early to set the VCR. He wasn't setting anything.
Well, last night I had to set my VCR at 5:30. I went to bed. I set it for the Oscars.
When you went to bed.
So by the time the Oscars come on, it's over.
I know, you got... The show is clipped.
I got a half hour to the Oscars.
You really don't set the VCR?
No, how do you do that? I don't even know how to do it.
You just stand there and turn it on when the show's on?
No, I set the tape. Let's say at 7 o'clock I think about the fact that I want to watch Superman at 9.
Right.
I hit play and record. I put it on Channel 7, which is ABC in my home.
Yeah.
And I record.
Now they have whatever's there.
Whatever's on there, I get.
They have on-screen display now, and it just asks you what time, what day.
I don't know how to do that. Mine doesn't do that.
You wouldn't even know how to bring that up.
I don't even know how to set the timer on the VCR, and I don't care to. I don't want to clutter my life. I'm busy with other things.
Yeah, Amy Lynn tapes.
Yeah, and comic books. I'm getting better. I've been sick. Still sick. Sicker today than I was yesterday. I'm never going to be healthy again.
Well, that only goes to prove that getting up at that time of the morning is really bad for you.
Yeah. I need my pipes cleaned.
Now, in all this time, of course, you have not had relations.
No, I don't ever have relations. Bam Bam has more relations than I do. Guy with a tattooed head.
Oh, man.
No, I don't ever have relations. I'm a celibate monk who is sick all the time. See, LT's wife lives in South Carolina. My wife insists on living here. She won't let me date.
He's got that really well taken care of because the kids can't even be with him every weekend.
Right.
They're too far away.
They go to WrestleMania. They go to the big events.
Come up for special events.
Yeah. So let's do some news and
all right,
find out what's going on.
Dive right in. Let's do our analysis of the Academy Awards. First off, let's listen to a little bit of the monologue of David Letterman. It was a big deal getting Letterman to host the Oscars. And I didn't see any of the reviews. Was he poorly reviewed, well reviewed?
Well, the only review I saw of him was the Daily News. And they said he started out kind of bad and slow, but I don't know. I thought he was pretty good. I mean, he told a few jokes.
So weird.
Yeah, I mean, what are you supposed to do with that? I mean, you know, you come out, you tell a few sort of jokes. I didn't like that Oprah joke he was doing over and over again, but that's his thing. You know, he likes to latch onto a word and say it over and over again.
Right.
And makes him comfortable, I guess.
But why is it that Billy Crystal is the only one who can do this job?
Not for me.
Satisfaction.
That's a big pussy right there. I don't ever want to see Billy Crystal in my Oscar broadcast or movie theater. And I have no interest in the guy. And I thought Letterman was fine. I mean, I thought he did a good job. Especially when that dog came out and chased his own tail. That was pretty funny.
Well, I thought the audience was kind of confused. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know whether that was animal abuse. They didn't know whether it was funny. They didn't know what to do.
Hey, I know what it was. It was funny. I don't care if it's animal abuse or not. That dog looked like it'd been abused a few times.
The PETA people are up in arms.
Yeah. Are they really?
I don't know. I can just imagine it, though. You know, I mean, the poor dog was getting dizzy. So anyway, here's a little bit of Letterman's monologue. You can judge for yourself.
You know what the problem with Letterman is?
What?
There are so many comedians who imitate him now, like Ellen DeGeneres, and like Seinfeld. You know how they're all like kind of like Letterman-esque? That when he was on it sometimes, he reminded me of like Ellen DeGeneres trying to do a bit. But it was Letterman's, they're all ruining it for him.
Yeah.
And Greg Kinnear tries to be Letterman, and everyone's Letterman.
Well, that was certainly the longest monologue he's done in a long time. I mean, on his own show, he only does 2 jokes.
Yeah, I heard it almost killed him. And you notice, like, Letterman...
I was amazed that he could get through it.
Letterman has to take a week off from work because he's doing the Academy Awards on Monday night.
He had to rehearse.
Yeah, but he's taking this whole week off.
Yeah.
Rehearsals are over.
And then he's got to recover.
Yeah, I mean, what is that?
It's like running a marathon, I suppose.
Even Johnny took one night off and then went, came back the next night.
He?
Yeah. Johnny's his hero. Imagine Johnny's your hero. Some loser who can't even hold his marriages together. His kids not even sure if they like him.
Kids fall upside of mouth.
Yeah, right. That's your hero. Imagine Johnny Carson's your idol. Mess of a man.
Open with a zinger. David, one piece of advice.
Yeah.
Hit him with a zinger.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that he called Johnny for advice?
Oh, I'm sure. And Johnny's so passive-aggressive, he probably hates Letterman, but he don't want to say it. So he probably gives him bad advice.
Yeah, do a joke about Uma and Oprah. Keep saying Uma and Oprah over again. No one will laugh. And do a dog thing.
I was glad Letterman got some bad reviews, though, because you never see a bad review.
I know, he has so much positive press. It's ridiculous.
I was happy to see that little
So
backlash.
anyway, let's listen.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Now we're 5 minutes late. By the way, if Mr. Hiller is still in the auditorium, there's some guys out in the parking lot I'd like to talk to him about hoop dreams. So
you got to feel like a jerk being the host of the Academy Awards. I used to think like that would be a big deal.
Uh-huh.
I would feel like a jerk standing there, like trying to entertain all those a-holes in Hollywood.
I mean, you got Tom Hanks sitting right up front,
Yeah, who needs
staring
that?
at you.
Yeah, judging me.
Jack Nicholson.
I'd come out and be angry. I'd just say, I'm not going to sit here and entertain you. Entertain me. You're also damn friggin' talented. Get up here and do something funny.
You wonder if Uma can even understand the show.
Yeah, right. She's so spaced out, has never thought of a unique thing in her whole life except for what's on the piece of paper. You know, Quentin Tarantino writes something unique, and she just reads it. She don't even understand it.
It is a tough audience.
Yeah, who needs it? And it's just like, you know, what, I'm supposed to sit here and in 5 minutes win you over? What do I get paid for that? You pay me. I'll make you laugh. Am I a goddamn chimp? Letterman's no different than the dog chasing his own tail. Sitting up there.
He's there to entertain Hollywood.
Here's a giant carpet.
Tom, come here. Come here.
Yeah.
I want to show you something.
To make people laugh. What a horrible way to make a living. You know what I mean?
I wonder, was he hating this?
Yeah, of course he is.
You know, because he left stand-up.
He's doing it because Johnny did it. He's got some hard-on for Johnny Carson.
Yeah. I did it, so you do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 67th Annual Academy Awards. I won't lie to you. I'm very, very excited. And I've been dying to do something all day, and I think maybe we can take care of this.
Oh, boy.
This is awful.
Yeah.
Oprah? Uma? Oprah?
Oprah looks like she was in shock.
Oh, well.
All right, so that didn't go over.
Yeah. It was a mess.
All right.
But anyway, he got better.
I thought he was good.
Yeah, I thought he was charming.
Yeah.
Thought he moved so along.
I felt bad that he had to be evaluated so closely, you know, how he was doing.
Well, that's one of the reasons, I suppose, he took such a long time making the decision to do it.
That's why I wouldn't do it. You know what they would do to me. That big, ugly gork came out. Nobody laughed. He started talking about his penis.
They have the review written already.
Yeah.
Howard. You haven't even done it.
In case I ever get asked. When hell freezes over, they're going to ask me.
When all other comedians are dead.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know, in movies this year, not a lot was written about the penis. I would like to talk about that tonight in front of Uma and Oprah and everybody. You know, the penis is being overlooked in a lot of these movies. And I notice a lot of you are not laughing. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not here to make you laugh.
There's an uncomfortable silence.
Yeah, I like the silence. You're not going to intimidate me into making me laugh. And all of my reviews will run the day before. They won't even wait to review me. Like,
it was awful.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bomb.
But I would like to see more penis in the cinema.
Never ask him back.
And I'm a big fan of vagina, as everyone knows. And I believe that these two things would improve all the movies. Like, you take Pulp Fiction. Wouldn't you like to see Bruce Willis's penis? Or Uma Thurman's vagina?
Yeah, instead of having a tribute to comedy or something like that, you'd have a tribute to penis.
Right. You know, ladies and gentlemen, genitals equal dollars. So you're laughing. You like the monologue.
But I'm
funnier
the only
than Letterman.
one.
Well, I think there's other people who will appreciate it. Especially the people in their cars laughing at my monologue.
There's people in their homes cracking up.
Is this on? You bastards laugh. I'm funny. Damn it. You know,
How long before you're screaming at everybody in the audience for rating them?
You know, kind of funny. I'm working on a movie right now. It starts out with a hologram of a crotch. And I believe this will be very, very big. Hello? Now, I would like to introduce
Arthur Hiller back?
No. I would like to introduce 12 dancing girls in their penis hats. And then a dog will come out and chase itself.
Lick himself.
Yeah, lick himself.
Ooh.
And you'll get to see the dog's penis. Thank you. Good night. And then I'll just make like 90 genital references.
And now let's give away some Oscars.
Yeah, now let's have some real fun.
So anyway, the first award of the night, Best Supporting Actress, went to Diane Wiest, who was in Bullets Over Broadway. Here she is.
Diane Yeast. Diane Yeast. I think they gave it to her because who else was in the category? There was no one else to give it to.
Uma Thurman was in that category, and Helen Mirren, I think.
Stellar Mira?
No. And some other woman I didn't know at all.
Well, Diane Beast won it.
Oh, golly.
Oh, golly. Listen to what she thanks Woody Allen. You would think he did something heroic. You would think they'd start booing off that guy. No one's embarrassed.
Oh, gosh. Just let me put on my glasses.
She sounds hungry.
Surprising and marvelous as it was the first time. This time I need glasses. I'm so privileged to be in the company of these...
I hate when girls get old.
Oh, girl, that's a woman.
Man.
Good women, including Jennifer Tilly, my colleague.
Oh, that was
so wonderful.
She talks funny, too. What a loser. You knew she wasn't going to win. She got all excited. She thought she was going to win.
Oh, she was everywhere.
Yeah.
So I thought, she really thinks she's going to get up to that stage.
She's got loser written all over her. Jennifer Tilly does.
Debt to my loyal friend and remarkable artist, Woody Allen.
Whoa, listen to those applause. That's a guy who stole Mia Farrow's daughter. Took her behind her back. He was dating her.
He was taking pictures of her. Slept with her a year while he was still with Mia.
No shame in Hollywood. Fatty Arbuckle lives.
He gave me
naked pictures of Soon Yi.
such a gift with this role. And with this gift came acting with John...
Oh, look. Please. I'm not
can't take it
No,
anymore.
that's it. I'm tuned out.
Best Supporting Actor went to Martin Landau, who was way too happy to get an award. And he's a guy, he had those big giant glasses on that he always wears, Howard.
Yeah.
And then he took out another pair of glasses.
Those weren't good enough. Well, he was afraid of lighting the podium on fire with his giant glasses. So he had it. They made him switch to glasses that are fireproof.
I see. No, it was pretty funny because he almost put the other pair on top of the ones he was wearing. Then he realized he had another pair of glasses on.
Well, anybody who saw Ed Wood, and that would make three of us, he was sensational as Bela Lugosi. He was just so cool, and he played it so cool, and he downplayed it just right, So, he deserved it. Here's Martin Landau.
My God.
My God.
What a night, what a life, what a moment, what everything.
Good, now get off the stage.
I talked to Tim Burton today.
I talked to the wall today. No one wants to talk to me. Someone told me a couple of years ago he was at some Oscar party or something, and they were too embarrassed to throw him out, but they didn't want him there.
Oh.
Because it was like he was nobody.
Right, he was down on his luck.
Yeah, but he had been nominated for Tucker and stuff. He's a cool actor.
Yeah, he's been nominated. This was his third nomination, and he finally won.
Feel bad for him. Even after this nomination, no one will think of him.
In New York, and I want to finish the conversation. Thanks, Tim, for giving me the part of my life.
You're damn right. Better than Mission Impossible. He was the original guy for Spock, He turned it down.
Bill Cates, don't put music on, because if it's a Mission Impossible theme, I'll get very angry. Larry and Scott, thanks for the great script. The Disney people for
Mickey Mouse.
doing it in the first place. I think everyone who saw the movies in this room tonight, and thank you for their support.
It's a great movie.
Johnny Depp, thank you for your talent, your professionalism.
Unfortunately, he didn't use any of it in the Ed Wood movie.
Your goodness.
Made Martin Landau even shine more.
He carried the whole movie.
A great cast down the line.
No, it wasn't.
A chance to work with my daughter for the first time.
Martin Landau was the whole movie.
Yolanda, who have already won an award tonight for making it all possible for me.
I want to thank Barbara Bain for getting out of the way so I can date young broads, bowing out gracefully.
The members of the press, particularly Rod Lurie, who's my #1 fan in the press and has been a...
What about me?
I thought he was going to mention you here because he started to talk about the press. You really talked him up.
Of course. Dick.
Didn't mention you, though.
Dickwad.
My team of long-standing, Peter Bennett, Stan Bushell, Mike Mamikos, my agents who are here tonight,
Howard
Fred
Stern.
Westheimer, Ames Cushing,
Ruth Westheimer.
my gifted daughters, Susie and Juliet Landau, my best friend,
Yeah, that's why we never heard of
Pecker,
him.
who's here,
Sergeant Pecker.
talented, my sister Connie, who's doing battle with
He's going to name everybody he knows.
leukemia right now and winning that battle.
Who's she doing battle with?
Leukemia.
Oh, I beat that. Leukemia.
The Academy, the actors.
Carcinogen.
Who I love, who nominated me, the entire membership. Let's keep the NEA funded and healthy. Artists need encouragement.
Oh, get off. This is longer than his part. Oh, that's so unfair.
What else was he going to say? He was done.
Oh, he had other people to thank.
You hear me? He said, no.
No. Magic O.J. 8-Ball. Was Martin Landau done with his speech?
Hey, look out.
Keep talking
There's
about
that hook.
Yeah. Let me take a break and we'll do some more when we get back.
Okay.
We'll be back with the #1 bestseller in America, Howard Stern.
97.1 The Eagle.
What is this? Brother? That's a good company. I like that company. They're smart. They make good stuff. They make all that cool office equipment. And they, I don't see the copy, Fred. I mean, I can do all their products by heart. Just tell me what it is. The printer? That's easy. Tell you how smart this company is. They finally made a brother printer, a laser printer, that virtually everyone can afford. Costs the same as a inkjet, about the same. 6-page per minute laser printer that starts at $399. That's terrific. How long have you gone without a laser printer? And you know what a drag it is to have a computer, and then when you print out, you get crummy printouts? This is great. 6 pages per minute, $399. High-end professional laser quality. 200-sheet, 20-envelope automatic feeder. Straight paper technology. Built-in typeface, 45 built-in typeface. That makes your documents look really cool. An exclusive optimized window driver and enhanced memory management. And because of the straight paper path that lets you use, thicker papers and cards and stocks without worrying about things like jamming, curling, and wrinkling, the HL600 series opens up a new world of versatility to laser printer users. In fact, it's like having a personal print shop. Available at Staples, OfficeMax, J&R Music World, Tops Appliance City, and other fine dealers. It's the Brother HL600 series printers. Ask for them.
Brother products available in the Dallas-Fort Worth area at Office Depot, Circuit City, OfficeMax, Best Buy, Incredible Universe, and other fine dealers.
Howard, Harleys, and pure rock. 97.1 The Eagle. It's the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
I got back some ratings from San Francisco. We continue. You know what? We can't even be heard in San Francisco.
Uh-huh.
And we have big ratings. We beat Alex Bennett. He can be heard in San Francisco, and nobody listens to him.
That's where he's based.
Yeah. He's based in... He actually has a signal in San Francisco. We don't. I was talking to my brother-in-law who was in from San Francisco. He lives there with his wife.
Yes.
I said, yeah, we came in like number 2, 18 to 34-year-olds in San Francisco. He goes, yeah, you can't even pick it up. I go, that's pretty damn good. Imagine you could pick it up.
Yeah, if you could hear it, what would it be doing?
Yeah, because our transmitter's in San Jose, and evidently there's some kind of mountain or something. I said, well, somebody must be picking it up. We're beating even that loser Alex Bennett. He goes, yeah, because that guy's so bad that anybody could beat him. I said, oh, all right. I didn't realize he was that bad. And he could be heard, and people don't want to hear him. And we can't be heard, and people listen to us. That's amazing. Anyway, we were talking about the Oscars. Forget about what's going on in San Francisco.
Yes, let's go on. We had done the Best Supporting Actor and Actress. Now let's go to Best Actress, Jessica Lange, for Blue Sky.
Yeah.
A movie that was released for about a week.
She's lucky to get... You know what it is? She did something unbelievable. She made herself so ugly. She always wanted to be ugly, this girl, Jessica Lange. She never wanted to be pretty in the movies. She was afraid people wouldn't take her seriously. So she really downplayed her looks in all the movies. And now...
She doesn't have to.
Now she don't have to downplay her looks. She looks a mess. She don't care about makeup. She don't care about her hair. And now she's influencing all the other actresses. Look at Sharon Stone. She thinks in order to be taken seriously, she got to look like the wreck of the Hesperus.
Whatever that is.
And what's funny is, cute or ugly, nobody takes Sharon Stone seriously. So she might as well go back to being cute, if she can. I don't know, she might have hit the wall.
Nobody thinks of Sharon Stone as an actress.
Yeah, right. It's never going to happen. I mean, look how long it took Jessica Lange. I don't think Sharon Stone has that much time. If Sharon Stone wants to be taken seriously, she should go right to wearing a bag over her head. You know? Like, there are certain actresses that know they have to look good. Like, Demi Moore knows she has to look good. And
she doesn't sweat it.
No.
She just does it.
She works on looking good. She gets breast implants. Gets the fat sucked out of her ass.
She does?
Sure. Whatever it takes.
I didn't know she had the fat sucked out of there.
Oh, of course. They all do. All the good-looking ones get the fat sucked out of their ass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jackie even knows that.
Oh, yeah.
He's barely in show business.
Who else knows they have to look good?
Fred and OJ. Right, OJ?
It is an illusion.
Right. Even OJ knows it's an illusion. So here's Jessica Lange, who finally now gets an award. And you know why she got this award? There was no one else to give it to. That's exactly why she got it. No one saw this movie. It wasn't even a particularly good performance.
Oh, no, it was a good performance.
Was it?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Do you think she's good, OJ? Is she good, OJ?
You're good now.
I plead the fifth.
All right. Well, come on, is she good?
I plead the fifth.
All right.
Ooh, she's good as really.
Not available.
Oh, I want to thank the Academy so much. This is such a wonderful honor, especially for a little film that seemed to have no future and...
Still doesn't. Even with the Academy Award, no one will see it.
His future is video.
Yeah. It has no future.
It's just such a great honor. I want to thank...
Don't get too carried away.
Orion Films, past and present.
Bankrupt.
Especially
look out. Isn't Orion like bankrupt or something?
I think they revived themselves, came up from the ashes.
Not from this picture.
For letting us do this very peculiar little film in the first place. And my dear friend Lynn Ayres, the producer, who really stuck by the film even when it was sitting on a shelf in a bank vault in New York City. To the writers...
Yeah, she must go to the script vault where Dan Aykroyd goes.
Of course, who created a marvelous character. And to the players...
What was she wearing? Anything good?
I don't remember.
Showing off those big cans that got her into the movies in the first place? But you don't want to show anybody? I don't want to show my cans unless it's really necessary.
Serious.
I'm serious. I don't want to show my cans. I want to...
Serious cans.
Yeah, I mean, I showed them in King Kong so I could get the part for Dino De Laurentiis, but that's it. Yeah, I showed them once, and that's the last time you'll see these cans.
I did it for college.
Yeah. If you see these cans again, it's really got something to do with the movie.
Wonderful group of actors that I was fortunate to work with, especially Mr. Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah. What movie isn't he in?
Well, David Letterman was right about that. He was in every movie last year.
He's right.
Made the performance that I gave possible. And
you don't even know which movie he's in when he's on screen.
He doesn't know what they're awarding him for.
Suddenly, like a guy who wasn't working for years, all of a sudden he's in demand.
What is this, Batman?
This is really a tribute to Tony Richards.
This is really a tribute to my cans. They got me into the field in the first place. These cans pried open the door to show business, but now they're private. Now they're nobody's. Now no one can see them.
And as a
what's she laughing at?
She's laughing how boring she is.
Actors, he loved everything about it.
Who did?
He loved the acting.
The dead director.
Screw him.
The perfect person for me to work with. He just kept nudging me over the edge, and with a
Talk about somebody who's living who could benefit from a speech.
Exactly what I needed. And last of all, to my 3 children.
Yeah, the only children that live on the planet.
Make all of this possible with their love and patience.
Yeah, they make all this possible.
Thank you very, very much.
You have kids, so they made it all possible. No, kids block you away from making it possible.
No, she's saying my kids don't mind the neglect.
No.
They don't cry when I leave.
Libby, you heard her speech. Would you cry if she left? Be happy she left the house.
And, of course, finally, what everyone was waiting for, what everyone knew would happen. Best actor, Tom Hanks.
Tom Gump.
It happens.
Did he cry?
Let's hear.
Thank you.
I could see him crying over the AIDS character.
That's trying to force back the tears.
It'd be funny if he barfed. Sorry, I have the flu.
Standing here in lieu of my fellow nominees who are just as deserving, if not more so, at this moment.
Not John Travolta. He's been in 97 bombs. It's going to take a while to erase that image. Now he's going to be in 97 more bombs that everyone will pay him a lot of money for.
Well, we always wanted him to have a really good life.
Now he'll be all confused. It'll be like Quentin Tarantino hired him for like 10 cents because he sucks so bad that anybody could get him. Now that he's so hot, everyone will hire him, but they won't have good scripts.
And they keep offering him, the most money will come for these really rotten scripts.
Right.
So he'll take that.
And he'll be rich, and we won't. Thank you. The humble Tom Hanks. He's cool, though. I dig him.
I'm standing here because of an army of people who, over the course of a back-breaking schedule that was set by Bob Zemeckis.
Oh, big deal.
Who worked
What's so funny about that?
much harder than I did.
Why don't I get that joke?
It must be inside.
I want to be part of the establishment that understands that joke.
Very inside. I didn't get it.
Bob Zemeckis, who worked so hard and
Set up a back-breaking schedule.
I bet you nobody knows what he's talking about. They just want to seem like they know what's going on. There's Jackie laughing. He doesn't know a thing. I just want to thank Bob Zemeckis, who set up a back-breaking schedule.
If our efforts were not successful. I'm empowered to stand here thanks to the ensemble.
Jackie still thinks they're all inside jokes.
Of actors, men and women, who I shared the screen with, who in ways that they will never understand made me a better actor.
You're going to miss the quivering voice if you keep this out.
Jackie's really inside. Jackie's so inside he laughs at everything. He gets all the inside jokes. All right, come on. We want to hear him cry.
And I am standing here because the woman I share my life with,
my life mate,
has taught me.
Hey, Ralph, come in here and do your impression.
Demonstrates for me every day just what love is.
Oh, boy. What a sap. He's about a year away from divorce. What he's thinking that wife of his. We don't even let him go to the awards by himself.
The people don't even know what it means to me.
He has to thank his wife. What did she do?
She dragged me last night.
Yeah, he's probably calling Jim Carrey for divorce advice.
What more? They said I could get rid of her.
Yeah, she's always teaching him about love. What, she knows so much?
Teaches him about love every day of his life. What does that mean?
That means she don't even leave him alone for a day. How annoying must she be?
Intensive therapy. There.
Everybody over in Hollywood passed her over. Tom Hanks had to marry her.
I want more. These people will never.
Just go put your dress on.
He's crying over his wife. How embarrassing.
Man, I feel as though I'm standing on magic legs. In a special effects process shot that is too unbelievable to imagine and far too costly to make a reality. But here is my mark. And there is where I'm supposed to look.
There's my wife.
Believe me, the power and the pleasure and the emotion of this moment is a constant, the speed of light. It will never be diminished, nor will my appreciation and the meaning between two simple words that I can only offer you here. Thank you. God bless you in this room, and God bless you all around the world.
He really got emotional with that wife. Boy, she must give some really good
talk.
Oh, man, she pulls down my pants.
You think he was doing it right then?
The Hostmaster General.
She's under the podium.
You know she covers her teeth.
Man.
What is... Whoa. I didn't know what that is.
Yeah, that's why you don't do that much. Figures. Maybe you should learn about that.
I could get that kind of a thank you from Tom Hanks. Huh?
Yeah.
Then, of course, there was the Academy Award for Best Song, won by Elton John.
Did you see him? He has more hair than you now.
I know. Now he's gotten completely crazy.
It's all down to his nose.
Yeah, I know.
He looks like Mo.
Like, all right, he put a little hair on his head. That was cool. Now it's like, now he doesn't know what to do. Yeah, no, he can get it out of his eyes. Stupid ass. He should be crying about what's in his mouth.
You know what? He's pretty wild. I heard him interviewed not too long ago, and he said the biggest mistake he ever made was marrying a woman.
Yeah. I remember when he did that. That was weird. I could have told him that.
He always knew. I guess he was homosexual. And
yeah.
I married a woman.
Thank you very much. This is such an exciting night. I'd like to thank the members of the Academy for this incredible honor. To Hans Zimmer, who did a wonderful job with the songs, to everyone at Disney.
Jackie Marlowe.
To my parents who are here tonight.
Really? They must be proud.
To John Reed. To my friends in Utah. To everyone who worked on this most enjoyable project. This is an incredible honor for me. I'd like to dedicate this award to my grandmother, Ivy Sewell. She died last week. And
big deal.
She lived
a long life. She died of embarrassment.
That sat me down at the piano when I was 3. And made me play, so I'm accepting.
Made me play in a duck uniform.
Should have made him go out and play.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, instead of playing piano, give him something manly to do.
Yeah. Oh, it's her fault now.
Yeah, that grandma.
The girl, kiss her.
Play piano.
Take ballet.
Yeah, let's give me something else effeminate to do.
There's some Barbies while you play piano.
Here's a tampon. Use it.
And the only award for Pulp Fiction was for Best Screenwriting, won by Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avery.
That was some good screenwriting.
Thanks.
Oh, cool. He's cool. I'm sick of him. I hope his next couple of movies bomb. So he goes back to working in a video store at a Blockbuster. Him and Newt Gingrich, like Letterman said.
This has been a very strange year. I can definitely say that. You know what?
What's up, Rabbit? Yeah. It's been a very strange year, hasn't it?
I'm sick of reading about him and how cool he is. And
yeah, and he's interviewed everywhere, and he's always got an opinion.
Yeah. Like why doesn't he just say, I don't have an opinion?
I was trying to think, I think this is probably the only award I'm going to win here tonight. So I was trying to think, maybe I should just say a whole lot of stuff right here, right now, just get it all in my system. Because I thought about all year long, everything building up and everything, and just...
Who's saying no back there?
Avery, Roger Avery, co-winner.
This sounds like one of his movies. Sounds like Reservoir Dogs. Going on way too long.
Yeah, somebody should have shot him.
Yeah.
Blow it all, just tonight, just say everything. But thanks.
This is going over real big.
I want to thank my beautiful wife Gretchen, who I love more than anything in the world.
Gretchen?
And I really have to take a pee right now, so I'm going to go.
Oh, how avant-garde. Okay, that's good.
Two wild guys.
Yeah, everybody tries to be so
funny. I
funny.
have to take a pee. I have to take a pee? Who said that, a woman? I have to take a pee? You don't take a pee.
Oh.
Maybe he means he's going to accept some pee.
From Elton.
What does he mean he's going to take a pee?
Yeah, he's got to go
he doesn't use his teeth.
Oh. And we're going to go right into the movie together and take a pee. We're going to incorporate that dialogue into the movie. Screw all those guys.
After the awards, you always get angry.
I do. Well, next year's my year. Next year, I win the award.
Oh, goodness.
All of Hollywood, kiss my ass.
What's your speech going to be
what
like?
was your speech?
Oh, man. Mine's going to be a lot better. It's going to be better than I have to go take a pee. It's going to be, you could all kiss my ass. Now, one of you thought I was going to make a dime with my movie. So not only do I make a dime, but now I get an Oscar, you rat fink bastards. Rat jap bastard. All of you.
F you.
F you, all you Jews who run the whole movie industry. F you, everyone else in my category. F you, Tom Hanks, 2 years in a row, kiss my ass.
Oh, you idiots, I beat you.
Right. What are you doing on stage with me? Get out of here.
Yeah, why is Ralph accepting with you?
I go, I have a surprise for you. I'll have a big bag of dog duty drop from the ceiling on the people's heads in the audience. Empty out the whole place. Here's your surprise.
Bring the Academy Award.
Screw you. I don't want to thank anybody. I want to thank my wife for being there all those years for me. All right, I'll thank her.
She teaches me love every day of my life, my friggin' life.
Maybe she'll let me date now.
Yeah. Now I'm going to date because I'm a big Hollywood movie star. They'll never give me the Academy Award, no matter how good I am. Jessica Lange, you can kiss my ass. You still look like a fish. And Diane Beast, go chase your tail for Letterman. On a carpet. If Tom Hanks roll out a carpet, you can chase your tail.
You're going to attack the other winners?
Yeah. I'd attack them all. Hey, I don't care how many Academy Awards you got this year, Martin Landau. No one's calling you. Thank you.
That's it?
That's my speech.
Right.
I got to go take a pee. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Stay right there. 97.1 The Eagle. Howard Stern Morning. You'll rock all day. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with The Howard Stern Show.
I can't believe this. At some point, I have to go home, you know.
What is your problem?
No, you don't want to know my problem. You don't even want to know my problem. Just problem you don't want to know. Thank you. Robin, where were we in the news?
Well, we had just finished with the Oscars.
That's what you think. We want to do it again. We don't think we did a good enough job.
And we're moving on to the O.J. trial. Yesterday, Marsha Clark asked Judge Ito to consider Kato Kalin a hostile witness.
I was surprised she stopped you. I thought she was going to ask him to consider a lobotomy to remove his brain.
I thought that had already been done, quite frankly.
Wow, is he thick.
So anyway, even though the judge refused to consider her request, he allowed her to handle Kato roughly in order to get the testimony from him she wanted. Here is Marsha Clark and Kato Kalin.
Are they considering this successful?
Yes.
Oh, they are. Because all the lawyers were...
got him to admit that, O.J. was upset with Nicole when he was...
what is with this guy?
Talking about her earlier in the evening. He has tried to characterize O.J. as acting perfectly normal that evening and not being upset at all.
He's seeing himself in the future in O.J.'s hot tub, and he doesn't want to blow it.
Nicole didn't let me see Sydney. I want to see my daughter. I want to see her. And oh, boy. Kind of like, I want to see my daughter. And then...
He's some actor. He's acting.
Wearing these tight outfits that these... I don't know, Kato. I don't know how they can wear these tight outfits. They're going to be grandmas one day. I mean, can they wear those?
Sounds like Stuttering John.
Yeah, I know, doesn't it? It's pathetic. And you know what it is? The reason he's stammering and stuttering is because he's choking on the truth. Who's he kidding? Obviously, this O.J. must have been fired up that night, screaming about tight dresses. Listen, O.J. killed these two people. Of course he's fired up. What is this, Kato, kidding me? And you don't want to say anything bad because he sees O.J. sitting. He goes, did O.J. say anything bad that night? Sydney, dresses tight.
Whoa,
hoo-ha. He's like listening to Forrest Gump.
Here's another Marsha Clark and Kato Kalin.
This guy Kato, I think, how could he be anything? No wonder he lives for free. Who's going to pay him?
And is it still your testimony, sir, that he was upset when he was discussing that topic?
Yeah, I mean, I can do the voice. I'm kind of what it was like.
You can do impression.
Do you think you could make your voice sound like his?
No.
Thank you.
Oh, now you have talent, Cato? You're such a... What are you, Rich Little? This guy, Cato, this is why I'm not watching anymore. This group...
You watched yesterday.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
Ask my wife. She's a witness. She'll take the stand. I was tied up in court for days, but I'm not going anymore. I'm not going there anymore because this OJ is despicable, and this crowd of whack jobs he has around him. Everybody's despicable. They ought to come out, say what really happened that night. I can't take the whole lot of them. I'm supposed to sit there, and this is the big star of the case? I'm supposed to be excited that he's now there? I waited to see Cato Kalin. Now I'm seeing this guy. He can't even answer a question. They said to him, well, did you see anything that night? Well, yeah, he came home in the tub and stiff. Did you say anything about stiff? Yeah, stiff, hot tub.
Who, me?
Me, that's why. Shut up! And then the TV commentators saying, why is Marsha Clark badgering this man? Because it's obvious he's not telling you the whole story.
What's wrong with those lawyers who are commenting on this case?
They're the worst.
I'd like to know. Marsha and Cato, once again.
You got more of that, huh? I told you I don't want to hear that. And OJ's rolling the eyes.
When you told him you were afraid someone was out there because there had been no earthquake, did he tell you to call the police?
No.
Did he tell you to call West Tech?
No.
When he called you later from the airport at about 11:40, he asked you to set the alarm on the house?
Yes.
Did he tell you to call the police?
No.
Did he tell you to call West Tech?
No.
Did he tell you to do anything to investigate the source of those bangs on your wall?
No.
No, because it was him. We don't want to investigate. Can you make sure I didn't drop my gloves back there?
Look out.
If you see my gloves, don't bother showing those to the police.
Lock the gate so I can't get in.
And here's Robert Shapiro with Cato Kalin on redirect or recross, whatever they call it.
Whatever you call it is good. Because none of us know what it is anyway.
Have you done your best to be as truthful as you can with this jury?
Yeah. She only caught him in 3 different stories.
Over the last 4 days?
Yes.
Yes.
There's an illusion.
They say that Cato breathed an audible sigh of relief when Marsha Clark announced that she was finished that questioning.
Yeah. Oh, we should keep him there another 6 weeks.
Robert Shapiro also asked Cato if he found Marsha Clark intimidating.
What'd he say?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. She's good. She is good. Even OJ says it. OJ, you think she's good? She's good. Yeah.
OJ's coming out of the
Does he think he's going to win his case?
Do you think you're going to fifth? You don't even want to say. OJ, let me ask you, OJ 8-ball. Magic OJ 8-ball, will you win your case? No.
Well, at least he's sure about that. Let me see what else is going on. They do say that OJ has a witness coming up that should be interesting. It's a top scientist who is supposed to come and testify that the DNA evidence is not as compelling as people would like you to think.
Oh.
But they also say this guy is a confessed LSD user and insists that the HIV virus does not cause AIDS.
Wow. He should make a really good witness.
Take his testimony for what you will.
OJ hired a scientist who's going to testify that Nicole isn't really dead, technically dead, that she still has brain pattern and therefore can't be considered dead.
Oh, goodness. I already see that there's legal wrangling over Eazy-E's money.
Yeah, we're trying to get in on that.
He's
we know
only dead a couple of days.
He's dead a day.
A day after, he died on Sunday, so I'm counting it as 2. Only a day after rapper Eazy-E died of AIDS, his wife and the former business partner are battling over control of his company, Ruthless Records.
Wow.
Mike Klein, who owns half the record company, is charging that Eazy-E's wife, Tamika Woods, falsely claims that she controls the entire business. So now they're filing papers back and forth and want a court-appointed receiver to take care of things and have negotiations to determine how decisions are supposed to be made. The manager or the partner claims that Eric Wright, who was Eazy-E, married his longtime girlfriend on his deathbed this month because he was debilitated and under medication. So he's implying the guy didn't even know what he was doing.
So in other words, the only way a guy would get married is if he was delusional.
Well, Eazy-E anyway.
Yeah, right. I buy that.
Wright apparently signed a deathbed will that left his 50% to his wife. So at least there's a will.
What's the wife's name? Lotisserie?
No, Tamika.
Tamika. I knew it was some weird name. I thought it was a Lotisserie.
Client also charged that Wood threatened
half a rotisserie, and you put the low in front of there instead of rotisserie. Lotisserie. The partner claims that the wife actually threatened the life of one of Ruthless's artists. All right.
So it sounds like a really cohesive group. I told you already that they expect that a number of the other women who have his children will contest his will as well. So she's got her work cut out for her holding on to Eazy-E's money.
Right. We know that guy.
Baseball talks are continuing. It seems that there's going to be a hearing in some federal court today where they're going to determine whether the owners are bargaining in good faith or not, and it could signal the end of the baseball strike, they're saying. But if not, then replacement players will be on the mound on Sunday when the season opens. So still remains to be seen what will be going on with baseball.
I like replacement baseball. I vote for it. I like it. I watch it. I think it's fun.
And this past weekend, I bet you missed one sporting event. You said you watched the NCAA tournament and you were watching Michael Jordan's return to basketball. You weren't in on the World Championship of Cockfighting.
No, that wasn't televised. I would have watched it otherwise. I was bored. I would love to see cockfighting.
They arrested 296 people on Saturday night participating in what was billed as the National Championships of Cockfighting.
You know who's working that?
Who?
LT. He's getting into cockfighting.
People flew all the way in from Puerto Rico for this event.
That LT says he's not embarrassed to be doing it. Were they big cocks?
Well, it's the beginning of cockfighting season, Howard.
How big were these cocks?
Well, the biggest prize was $10,000.
Wow.
They found 20 cocks had already fought and were dead. So
20 cocks, Robin.
Yeah, they were just laying there, those cocks.
What a waste.
They found 80 cocks still standing. But they're going to put them to death.
You're going to kill all those cocks, huh?
Yeah, they said, we hate to put them down, but...
What else are you going to do with them?
Have to. These cocks are tough.
Can you eat them, or are they tough?
And aren't good for eating.
They're not?
That's right. Besides all that, they're dangerous.
You can't eat, like, those really tough cocks.
And they'll kill you.
Yeah.
So you have to get rid of them. So anyway, broken up, the National Championships of Cockfighting on Long Island. Did you hear that 2 Americans were arrested in Iraq for accidentally straying into Iraqi territory earlier in March?
Yeah, I heard that.
Well, do you realize now we've got the OJ trial just going on and on and on. These guys were arrested in Iraq a few weeks ago. They've already been tried, convicted, and sentenced.
Yeah. That's justice.
It works over in Iraq. But of course, the United States is very upset about the whole thing and is trying to get these 2 Americans back, and they're looking for help from our allies, including the French.
If we sent OJ to Iraq just to trespass, he'd be in jail already. That's the sickest thing of all. Here, he's suspected of killing 2 people, and he's free.
Well, he's not really free.
Oh, believe me, he is. If you took a look at what was going on in that jail with the Paula Barbieri visits, you'd say he's free.
All right. Well, that's what's happening, Howard.
Thank you, Robin. I have to take a short break, finish up some commercial business, and then I'll...
What do you mean?
That's what I was bitching about 20 minutes ago. We'll be back right after this.
The most important radio show of the century.
All right, let me out of here, will you?
Howard Stern Show.
It's too important to show.
Yeah, well, Jackie, here, give these to Fred and let him read the plugs. My voice is gone. I'm gone. I do a long show.
Jackie the Joke Man Martling. To order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, only $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. The Joke Land Special, buy 2, get 1 free. You call 1-800-323-KING. And this Friday, March 31st, 2 big shows at Slapsticks in Baltimore, Maryland. For jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service.
That is the longest plug. It's like 20 things.
Well, he's got the Joke Land Special. He's got Slapstick.
And then he has like 2 phone numbers.
10 billion phone calls you got to make. Try to keep up with that.
No, somebody must be doing it, or else he wouldn't keep plugging stuff.
Must be working. 1-800-323-KING.
All right, Fred, just read.
Don't miss Arrow Fred.
And he's going to do it again.
Don't miss Arrow Fred. Thursday night at Brews on 34th and Lex, Manhattan. Join Baba Booey this Saturday at the grand opening of Burger King on Hanover Street and Route 38 in Pemberton, New Jersey from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. Do not miss Stuttering John and his band. I guess it's tonight at Tramps, 51 West 21st Street, Manhattan. Show starts at 8. Some of the proceeds to benefit Greenpeace. For more info, 201-942-OUCH.
This guy doesn't have a pot to piss in. He's helping Greenpeace.
Keep the money, John. If you're planning a wedding or party and need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BEG-5040.
Thank you. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.